create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units to not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
You're listening to Gators basketball in the NCAA tournament. Now back to San Francisco. Once again, here's Sean Kelly.
3:52 to go. Texas Tech leads Florida 71-64. The Red Raiders have 1-1 at the line to our right. Here coming out of the timeout. They can go up by as many as 9 with a short clock remaining. And it's Williams with 21 and Toppin with 18. They have dominated here for the Red Raiders, as Texas Tech has got to be feeling pretty good about their chances at San Antonio. Meanwhile, the Gators have one timeout at their disposal. Both teams in the bonus. How can the Gators pull off an epic comeback here?
We're going to need to be nearly perfect down the stretch, Sean, and I'd still like to see us attack and transition, try to score early in the shot clock. Texas Tech has shown all day long that if we get set in the half court, they're disruptive. They make it hard for us to come off our pin downs, to grab our handoffs. They're tough on the pick and rolls. We've had a hard time getting three-point shot attempts. We only have 19 three-point field goals, 5 made. We're 1 of 8 this half. I mean, only eight attempts.
Gators led by 2 at halftime. They've not lost a game all year when leading at halftime, and that is in danger now, and it would be the end of the season if the Red Raiders hold on. It'll be Anderson at the line to our right.
And defensively, too, Sean, Texas Tech is clearing out the left side of the floor and letting Williams go one-on-one, or playing pick and roll with Toppin and hitting him in the pocket with the whole left side cleared. So let's see how we change, if we change and play a different defense on those guys.
First free throw is good. Anderson, who had a career-high 22 points last game, has 3 points today. Make it 4. Both free throws down. The lead is 9. 73-64, 3:50 to go as Clayton brings it across. Clayton racing to the right sideline. Now darts to the goal. Leaves for Connick coming off the weak side. Back to Clayton, wing left. Steps left, can't get a 3-away. Pitch and catch with Houck. They're chasing Clayton. Clayton goes down the lane instead. Lays it up and in. A finger roll is good. Todd Golden calls for the full court press. Again, they've taken 3 away from the Gators, who've cut it to 7. Gators back off. Hawkins will walk it across the center of the floor. Drifting to his left. Bounce past the top of the arc. Turns, goes down past the Williams screen, draws a switch. Houck defending at the rim. Turns, shoots, scores right at the rim.
How many times have we seen him just back us down this half?
Yes, too many times. 20 now for Toppin. Can't trade buckets now. 3 minutes to go. Clayton front court left. Drives around the screen, leaning, long 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Houck. Houck wing left, resets to Clayton. Clayton chased by Williams and Anderson. Give to Houck. Wing left 3. Good! Thomas Houck drills the 3-pointer. Timeout called. Florida's going to call their last timeout with 2:47 to go. It's a 6-point game, 75-69. Thomas Houck was 17 points. And that was his 3rd 3-pointer of the day.
What a big-time shot from Tommy. Right in front of us. Could tell it was going down, and Coach must want to talk about the defensive end here for that quick timeout after the 3-point shot.
Now you can set up a couple of things here. But again, you don't have a foul to give. At some point, you're probably going to have to get into a have-to-foul situation. 2:47, and with a 30-second shot clock, you have to start parsing how many chances you're going to get, right?
I think if it stays at 6 points, play this thing down to a minute before you start fouling intentionally. But sure, we're talking about what Texas Tech is going to do on the offensive end. They're just trying to get Williams or Toppin the ball where they have the opportunity with the side cleared to back our guys down. They know they're big and strong. They're shorter than Tommy and Alex, but they have more weight and they're able to push them underneath the basket. So got to do a better job keeping those guys to their weak hands, or maybe we run a double at them once. We haven't doubled them at all this half.
34-30 advantage in the paint for Texas Tech as a result of a lot of these backdowns here. But that 22-5 advantage, points off turnovers, is really starting to loom as this game winds down toward the 2-minute mark. 2:47 to go as both teams come out of the timeout huddle.
That's a huge number because we haven't turned over that much. 12 turnovers is above our average, but it's not a huge turnover number.
No. They've just scored every time.
They've scored every time, right.
Full court press for the Gators. Williams will inbound left of the goal. Gets it into Toppin. They double Toppin. He gets it to Williams. And Houck bumps into Williams before he gets to half court, and Todd Golden can't believe it. Not about whether the foul should have been a call, but why Houck would have fouled him, because now Houck has 4. 1-1 as a result for Darian Williams.
Williams, 84% free throw shooter as well. It's not like you're fouling a poor free throw shooter. I don't think Tommy meant to foul.
No, he didn't. 6-point lead could grow here. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Elijah Martin. 2:42 to go. Houck stays in with his 4 fouls. Clayton brings it across. Guarded by Hawkins. 2:33 to go. Clayton left of the high middle screen. Picks it up. Here comes Richard to catch. Sends it to Houck. Wing right for 3. Pow! Right in the kisser. Career high 4th three-pointer for Houck. It's 75-72. 2:20 to go. Thomas Houck with 20 points. Hawkins picks it up, flips the top of the arc. Houck comes to help. They blitz him, and a foul, a reach-in is going to be called against Alex Condon. It's going to put Texas Tech back at the line with 2:08 to play.
Wow, Tommy you don't see Tommy rise up and shoot threes with the defender in his face hardly all season long, but there was not a better option, and I love the confidence of Tommy. Just let it go.
First free throw's no good. Houck's got the rebound. The Gators can tie on this possession. 2 minutes remaining. Clayton picks it up, throws to Houck above the left high post. Right back to Clayton. Refeed Houck. Houck top of the arc, pass number 3. And it back to Clayton, who dribbles to his left. Gets to the foul line extended. Rises for 3. Bang! He got it! Florida's tied the game at 75. 1:43 to go. No fouls to give on either side. Red Raiders have 1 timeout left. 90 seconds remaining. To the right wing, catch by McMillan. Dribbles to his left, guarded by Clayton. 13 to shoot. McMillan backs all the way up near half court. Timeout, Texas Tech. They use their last timeout. Oh, the congregation roaring here in San Francisco. Threes by Houck and Clayton, and it's a brand new ball game. And the Final Four is on the line with 1:23 to go in regulation.
9-0 run, Sean, over the last 127. 3 straight threes, 2 from Tommy, a huge one from Walter Clayton, just like the UConn game, rising up off the dribble. I mean, what a tough shot.
Clayton with 25 points, the 14th time this year he's gone north of 20. Thomas Houck has tied his career high with 20 points and a new career high 4 3-pointers made in the game. All right, let's talk strategy here, partner. Tech has called a timeout. They have possession with 11 to shoot. The Gators, meanwhile, do not have a timeout at their disposal. What do they have to cover here in the timeout huddle?
Williams back down, Toppin back down. Any action to get those guys in space. So you got to be super disciplined. Force each player to their weak hand. Do not foul them. Make them make a tough shot over you because we have the size advantage. Just do your best to keep them away from the basket and force through their weak hand.
Front court right, the inbound for Texas Tech. Hawkins on the trigger. Cutters. Toward and away from the ball. Chest pass into Williams, top of the arc. Drives out, spins down the lane. Layup, good with the right hand. Too much. 23 for Williams. Advantage Tech with 1:12 to go. 77-75. Houck comes to catch. Got hit, rolling. Clayton catches. Won't shoot against Toppin. Pulls it out. Fires for 3. Good! He got it from the top of the arc. He went all the way to the goal, pulled it out, and ties the game. It's now a 1-point advantage. 78-77 Florida. 49 seconds to play. Williams ISO play right of the lane. on to defending. Left-hand dribble, bump with the right shoulder. Williams to the restricted area. Surrounded. Shoots. Stuffed by Houck. Held ball. The arrow belongs to the Red Raiders. 12 on the shot clock. They finally stop Williams at the cup. Red Raiders will inbound baseline right. Hawkins lobs it into Toppin, right elbow. Turns, goes down the lane. Tied up. Flip it out to Williams. Straightaway three. No. Rebound Elijah Martin. The Gators have the ball in a 1-point lead. There's a second and a half difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Half-court zone trap by the Red Raiders. And they attack Martin and foul him in the backcourt. Elijah Martin's going to go to the free throw line in the bonus. Steven Anderson calls his two fellow officials over.
That was
They have to see the shot clock reads 20. They're wondering, I think, if maybe there was a 10-second violation that happened before the foul occurred.
I think that foul was before the 10-second violation. I was watching the clock, and it was close because it was strange. You expect Texas Tech to foul right away because there's basically no difference in the game clock and the shot clock. And they hold and stay back, and our guys notice that the shot clock is winding down right at the end. Elijah starts to drive.
The play is under review for a timing error. The call on the floor is a foul on red 5.
Timing error.
We have been quiet from the three-point line.
Yes.
Basically the entire game, Sean, and 4 massive threes to grab the lead down the stretch.
Those 4 threes have given the Gators a 12-2 run over the last 2 minutes and 29 seconds. The Red Raiders had a 10-point lead at 6:18 to play. It was 71-61. And Florida is in position now to score and then defend what would then be basically a last-second opportunity by Texas Tech. 21.9 seconds showing on the game clock. 20 to shoot when the foul occurred. I think we're going to see some kind of adjustment there by a second or so here coming out of this video review.
After review, the foul occurred with 21 on the shot clock, 22.2 on the game clock. The white team will shoot 1-1.
So Elijah Martin will go to the line with 8 points. He's 2 of 2 at the free throw line this evening. Martin, a 74% free throw shooter, will toe the line trying to increase a 1-point lead and play a huge role in punching a second visit to the Final Four for him personally, and the first for him as a Gator. Martin, who started this game with red sneakers, changed his shoes and knocks down the front end of a 1-and-1. (79-77). Hearts are pounding through chest right now. Second free throw. Rim, glass, and in. Sub. Chinyelu comes in, replaces Richard on the defensive end. Florida leads it 80-77 with 22.2 seconds left. The shot clock is dark.
3 bigs to protect the rim, to take up more space on the defensive end. Got to expect them to attack quick here.
Martin and Connor come up and double Hawkins. At least make him have a harder time getting it in. Hawkins races up the right side. Hawkins throws it up top. Williams for 3. Rim no good. Rebound under the goal by the Red Raiders. It's tied up. A held ball. The arrow belongs to Florida. Florida's got the basketball with the lead and 11.5 seconds to go.
Unbelievable, Sean. This finish is one of the best I've ever seen.
It was Chinyelu who had subbed in, who ties up the missed shot. Richard back in. Full court press by Texas Tech. The story, one of the greatest in Florida basketball history, still alive. Into Houck. and caught then by Clayton, and he's fouled by Darian Williams. Walter Clayton Jr. will go to the line all the way at the other end of Chase Center and will be at the line for one and the bonus with 10.2 seconds remaining. It's been 11 years since the Gators were in the Final Four. The long wait. Whistle. Free timeout. Crew chief to the scorer's table. Wanted to double check the clock. Both teams will huddle up. Neither side has a timeout at their disposal. The officiating crew will pull him back to the floor. The clock stays at 10.2 remaining. 10.6, 4/10 of a second added. Walter Clayton Jr. with 28 points. At the line here where he's 11 of 12. Hold still, congregation. First free throw's good. Todd Golden screaming, no fouls, no fouls. The Gators with a 4-point lead can surrender at 3. You just can't foul a 3-point shooter right now.
Try to slow it down if you can, but do not stop the clock.
Second free throw. Good! 5-point advantage, 82-77. Chinulu back in. Condon will go out. Length of the floor to go for the Red Raiders. This is it. 10.6 to go. Into Hawkins. Hawkins up the right side. Hawkins hands it off to McMillan. McMillan drives to the rim. Lays it up. Good. 4.5 left. The Gators must get it in clean. Clayton inbounds to Richard. He'll hold. He's fouled with 3.4 seconds remaining. And this will be double bonus.
All we need is one here, Sean. It's ball game.
82-79. The 10th team foul. The Red Raiders had a double-digit lead at 71-61. And Florida's on the brink.
The crowd has been standing for 5 minutes straight in game time, Sean. I mean, since the first Hauk 3 on this run, they have not sat down.
First free throw is good for Will Richard. 83-79. Walter Clayton Jr. now revving up the congregation. Orange and blue victorious in moments. 3.4 to go. Good on the second free throw. It's a 5-point lead. Hawkins will go out. Walton will come in for Texas Tech. Williams will inbound. The Gators will pick up defensively at half court. Long inbounds pass. Caught by Condon. Outlet pass to Martin. Chop this one up for the Gators. Hello, San Antonio. Florida's going to the Final Four. They are the West Regional champions. They have won it here in San Francisco by the count of 84-79. Stand up and holler.
What did we just witness, Sean? What an incredible comeback. I mean, Tommy Hauk getting this started with back-to-back huge threes. Walt, 2 back-to-back threes off the dribble. Some of the hardest shots you'll see. Buries them.
The Gators are going to be cutting down nets. We're back with full coverage here from San Francisco. Florida is going to the Final Four. We're back after this on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
when the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey Gator fans, being part of Gator Nation means that no matter where you go, you and your pets are part of the Gator family. That's where Pet Paradise comes in. At each resort, their pet-obsessed staff is ready to help your pet feel right at home. New customers can try Pet Paradise for free with a 1 free stay or play reservation, which includes a day of camp or a night of boarding. At Pet Paradise, boarding, grooming, day camp, and training are all under one roof. Score big with complete pet care for Gator Nation at Pet Paradise.
Gators Nation. Just like the Florida Gators dominate on the court, Renewal by Andersen dominates when it comes to top quality replacement windows and doors. Our exclusive Fibrex material is built for performance, energy efficiency, and long-lasting durability. Just like your Gators. As a proud partner of Florida Gators basketball, we're bringing slam dunk savings to your home. Call now for your free consultation and take advantage of our special offers. Don't let old windows hold you back. Upgrade with the winning team. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com today. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of Florida Gators basketball. License number CGC 1527613.
The game's over, and it's time for the Regions Bank postgame show. Regions, get a Gators Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoGators to order yours today. The Regions Bank postgame show is also sponsored by Pet Paradise and New Day Veterinary Care. Finally, complete pet health care is here for Gator Nation. And by UF Health. At UF Health, we believe human progress has no finish line. Visit humanprogress.ufhealth.org to learn more. Once again, here's the voice of the Gators, Sean Kelly.
I don't even know where to start. Welcome you back to Chase Center in San Francisco. The Gators are celebrating on the floor as the West Region champs. They're going to the Final Four. Down 10 and win by 5, 84-79. Lee Humphrey has the wireless microphone. We'll send him onto the floor here shortly. He'll be allowed to go out and visit with the Gators as soon as the stage is built. That's what Lee, you've been told. There's a lot of rules here. That's the way it goes. But I'm breathless, Lee Humphrey, as I know everybody in the congregation is. Florida's going to its 6th Final Four. The dream is still alive for a team that now has 34 wins on the year.
I'm speechless too, Sean. I mean, what?
The Gators had not hit a three for the majority of the second half. And finally, in the end, basically pile up 5 threes in coming back from 10 down.
Incredible. And tough ones too. Tommy got it started with the first 2, then Walt.
Keep talking, Lee.
Let's go see if we can find one of the guys. But Walt's threes, I mean, they were classic Walter Clayton. Step back off the dribble, tough contested shots. I mean, the crowd in here, it was electric, Sean.
Oh, my gosh. The hats that you see whenever a team is in position to receive another trophy have been distributed. Final Four across the front of the cap. Lee, you just jump in as soon as you grab somebody.
Will, can I get your thoughts real quick here? What's the emotion going through you right after this comeback?
Man, this is special. Resilient team, man. We found a way to win. That's what the great ones doing. We found a way, man. Guys made plays.
That's fun to watch, Will. Congrats.
Will Richard, a part of it, as he was a part of that assault, basically, that the Gators put forth, down 10, 71-61.
Tommy, let me grab you real quick. Wow, you sparked that comeback. 2 threes. What was going through your mind?
I don't know, man. This is a team. This team's gritty, man. That's just how we play, you know. Down by 10 was like 2:40 left, and, you know, that's just how we play.
Gave the Gator fans one of the best shows they've ever seen. Congrats.
I appreciate y'all.
20 points for Thomas Houck. That tied his career high. He had 4 3-pointers made. That is a new career high for threes made in a game for Thomas Houck. I've lost sight of Lee Humphrey in this sea of royal blue at the center of the floor here inside the Chase Center.
Walt.
Lee is basically grabbing any Gator he can get his hands on. And this group joins Lee Humphrey and Torian Green as a part of the Gators Final Four club.
Well, you're quiet there for a while, but, I mean, 2 of the biggest threes you ever hit in your life. What was going through your mind?
Man, nothing, honestly, man. They could have easily came out just as easy as they went in, so nothing was going through my mind. Glad they went in.
Talk about the team a little bit, what you guys accomplished together coming back.
Man, we talked about this.
Lee, we got to go, Lee. Come on.
We talked about this, man, the love that we got for each other, man. It's amazing. So I just love these guys. I'm ready to finish the job with them.
Go enjoy that win, Walt.
All right, the team now is taking the stage. We'll listen in to any PA announcement of course, the trophy presentation. The Gators have the Final Four banner in hand and the ticket to the Final Four. And the chant is on. It's great to be a Florida Gator. These are the best team pictures. Light bulbs are flashing off telephones and traditional cameras as the Gators ready for more on the t-shirt. Await the official presentation, and now Ty Golden, the last to don the t-shirt. Speaking of Don, it was him as the coach of the Dons that brought him to Florida. Stu Jackson on the microphone.
Division I Ladies Committee. I want to congratulate both teams on a tremendous effort tonight and throughout the tournament. And now it's time to present the West Regional Championship Trophy to Coach Golden and the Florida Gators.
They dump the confetti now out of the ice bucket all over Golden as he hoists the trophy and now begins to pass it around. Orange and blue confetti now raining down on the Gators on that center stage. The West Region champs are heading for San Antonio in the Final Four. 84-79 is the final score. We'll have more reaction here from San Francisco after this on the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the swamp. The Gators Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big Go Gators, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Gator pride? Order your card now at regions.com/Go Gators. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
If an insurance company is there to sell you insurance, shouldn't it also be there to service it with real people? At Florida Farm Bureau Insurance, we're here to help. We're focused on your specific needs. That's why we have local agents working for you in every county across the state, offering competitive rates and fast, friendly service. It's more than insurance. It's the kind of treatment you deserve. Find a local agent at ffbic.com to set up your free, no-obligation insurance review. Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best. Proud to support Gators Athletics.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive. Your small business keeps you on the go. Progressive Commercial Insurance keeps your policy within reach with our easy-to-use mobile app. Learn more at progressivecommercial.com. This is the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
To aim higher, run faster. It's what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA to not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units to not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Gators celebrating a trip to the Final Four. Our reaction continues here from Chase Center out to Lee Humphrey on that victory celebration floor.
Thank you, Sean. I'm here with AD Scott Strickland. Scott, you got to just tell us, take us through your emotions those last 4 minutes.
Sounds like every other Gator fan. I have to go back and watch the last 4 minutes because I'm not sure how we're standing here on this court right now based on the way things were looking with about 4 minutes to go. But we saw it against UConn. We've seen this team all year step up in huge situations. They've come from behind. They haven't had to do it very often, but they've done it when they've needed to. And just a phenomenal effort. Great senior leadership from the guard play. Some big stepped up, made big plays. Some of the defensive stops there late. I'm sure you and Sean have talked about it. We went through a period we couldn't get any stops, but our big stepped up there late, got some key stops. And the Florida Gators are going back to the Final Four. That sounds sweet to say, doesn't it?
Oh, that sounds great, Scott. I can't wait. Final Four bound. What a show. What a show.
Antonio, man.
That's right. Congrats.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Lee, you just start when you get your next guest here in the celebration. It's just been announced Walter Clayton Jr. is the most outstanding player of the West region. And why not? What a performance he put forth here tonight with 30 points. But he's been great through 4 games and getting the Gators to the Final Four. Elijah Martin to the Final Four for his second time with 2 different teams.
Inching you closer to tip-off, it's time to go inside the Duke locker room with head coach John Shire, presented by Duke Health. Duke Health doctors are the official team doctors for Duke Athletics. Learn more at dukehealth.org. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Blue Devils, David Shoemate.
Duke and Alabama here tonight, and coach, here in the NCAA tournament, your guys' shooting percentages have been off the charts. I imagine it has a lot to do with taking the right shot. What have you seen on the offensive end?
Well, our guys are playing incredibly connected. They're playing with great confidence. And, look, for us, when you focus on your defense and let the offense come with it, I think really special things can happen. And that's what we've done so far. We obviously need that to continue tonight.
There's so many things that make the NCAA tournament special, and there's so many moments along the way. Obviously, Cooper was spectacular the other night. Con had 20, and then you got this guy playing in his first NCAA tournament that's a graduate student that tied a season high in Sion James. I imagine that's cool for you as a coach, but it also brings a lot to the team.
Yeah, Sion, it's well-deserved for him, because he's the ultimate team guy. To see him knocking some shots also was great for our team to keep people honest. But, our guys are fearless, man. Sion, in that moment, trusts his work, and I love the fact that Cooper and Con, as freshmen, they act like they've been in a bunch of Sweet 16s before.
One of the things that may be taken for granted, you guys went the last 4 minutes without a field goal, but you hit your free throws. I think 20 of 22 in the second half. That is no small thing this time of year.
No, look, hopefully we can make some field goals in the last 4 minutes tonight. But it comes down again stops. We had a lead. And making free throws is a big thing, especially to close out games. I thought we did a good job of not settling, attacking for the rim. Then obviously they had to foul us late because of the lead.
Another quick turnaround for you guys. You're obviously familiar with that. I was struck yesterday when Con was talked about playing Alabama. Do they compare to anybody else? And he said, not really. So as you guys are getting ready for one of the fastest tempos in the country, has the prep been more physical, getting back ready to play, or mental getting ready for this one?
It's been mental, and there was a grind of a game against Arizona, and we want we wanted our guys to be as fresh as possible for this game. So it's been a mental prep. I think they understand how fast Alabama is going to push at all times. And we want to play our game too and push and just pick our spots a little bit more to make sure we control the tempo. I know they're going to want to control it their way. But I do know no matter what, you have to give them credit because they have their own style, own system of how they do things. And it's going to be a great challenge for us tonight.
They take about 33s per game, but they took over 50 in the win over BYU, made 25. Sears obviously was incredible, making 10. How much do you take from that game? They were lethal from outside.
Well, you have to take a lot. I mean, look, they're coming in with the ultimate confidence when the fact is they made 25 threes in this building 48 hours ago. But you also can't let that dictate how you play defense. And defense starts with guarding the ball, being tough and physical. You still want to protect your paint. And you still want to protect your rim. But obviously with the amount of shooting they have on the floor, it's the ultimate game of doing both. And it's going to be a great challenge. They're going to score some, but you want them to score over our length and size with great physicality.
Finally, Coach, I'll let you go on this. You said the other night after the game, you never take for granted the opportunity to be in the Elite Eight, to play in games like this. You've had a ton of success in this round of the tournament. How much of it is predicated upon embracing the moment and everything that comes with it?
Well, I think you have to take a step back and definitely be grateful for this opportunity. You know, not many people get to be in this moment, so you remind yourself you're right where you want to be, but you're not satisfied in the least bit. You got to power through and focus your eyes and attention on where you want to go, not what you're afraid could happen if you don't win. And that's what I want our guys to do. I want us to go for it, understanding our mindset is fully to win, not just happy to be here. And that's what makes this game so special.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, you, mate.
Down many ways, streets, and lanes all across America, you'll find Valero, at your go-to gas station, volunteering with local charities, fueling communities 365 days a year, and generally being a good neighbor. So whether you're in Texas, Louisiana, or Tennessee, or right here in Durham, you can always depend on us getting you where you need to be, in life or on the road, right now.
Which of us, detective, do you suspect is the millionaire?
The evidence is everywhere. Your diamond necklace, Monty's new yacht, and the butler's new convertible. Admit it, you're all Maximilian scratch-off winners.
Of course we are. With 25 prizes of $1 million, you could be too.
New Maximilian from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 2.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Duke, Alabama. More from Newark after this local break.
A new boat or just need service or accessories for an existing boat, turn to Overbee Marine. Now with 2 locations in Kittrell and Lake Gaston, Overbee Marine offers the highest quality of marine products and services, including the latest from Sea Ray, Centurion, Avalon, Bennington, as well as Cobalt boats. Overbee Marine also offers the largest selection of parts in the region, along with full-service facilities at their 2 locations. Stop by or give them a call at 252-586-3593 or online at overbeemarine.com. Overbee Marine. Don't let adventure pass you by.
Enjoying the game, not the drink being spilled down your back or the foam finger poking you in the face? Well, head to the concession stand, grab a Lindy's Italian Ice, and take a 6-ounce vacation. A 6-ounce cup of lemon Italian Ice will make you feel like you're swaying in a hammock, and the only thing in your face is a cool, salty breeze. And that ought to have you refreshed. Now get your head back in the game and start belting out blue and white with the youthful exuberance of the freshman behind you. Yes, the same one that keeps spilling his drink down your back. Lindy's Italian Ice. Have an ice day.
And a good Saturday night from Newark, New Jersey, as we're set for the Elite Eight. The Blue Devils here for the 25th time, looking to make it to the Final Four. for an 18th time. David Shoemate alongside John Roth. John Rose, our producer and engineer, back inside our network studios is Kyle Schassberger. And John Roth, it's hard not to think about a year ago when the Blue Devils were on the doorstep of the Final Four, and it got away from them against NC State. So many new faces. In many ways, it's a very different team, and to be honest, we're expecting a very different game with these two high-powered offenses.
I think we are. Certainly last year was kind of a higher seed against a Cinderella team, and the Cinderella had it going, and they got to the Final Four, and congratulations to them. This is number one versus number two. One of the better offensive teams, one of the better defensive teams, but each of the other teams is not actually a slouch in the other category. Duke's also a good offensive team, and Alabama's got some good defensive plays as well. So this is a showdown.
Each team put up 100 points in their Sweet 16 game. Alabama 113 in the win over BYU. Blue Devils an even 100 in their win over Arizona. We've seen a game where both teams reach 100 in the Elite Eight before. I think yesterday was the 33-year anniversary of a pretty famous shot. The Blue Devils, maybe they don't need those sort of heroics tonight, but they're certainly capable.
They certainly are. That was an overtime game as well, and possibly the greatest NCAA tournament game ever. As you know, you're probably referencing Duke and Kentucky from Philadelphia in the 92 squad. But, for tonight, the Blue Devils have a generational player like they did that year in Cooper Flagg, and he's in his first NCAA regional championship game. And they've been doing so many good things all year. They want to just continue what they've been doing all year and play the same way they have all year.
And so often the case, we talk about offense, and that gets a lot of the attention. But don't you agree with me that who wins tonight might be predicated upon who plays better on the defensive end?
Oh, absolutely. I think especially for Duke to win, they're going to have to play really well on the defensive end. And they've done that almost all year. And it's going to be a challenge against this Alabama team that puts up over 90 points a game. But it's not going to all be three-point shots. The Blue Devils are going to have to stop them in transition. And they're going to have to keep an eye on Mark Sears quite a bit. And they're going to have to defensive rebound. That's going to be the big thing. Among all the things that Alabama leads the country in, they're number one in defensive rebounding. That turns a lot of defensive plays into offense for them. The Blue Devils need to really crack down and not allow them to get those defensive boards.
This will mark the 12th meeting all time between these two. The last meeting was back in 2013. A 10-point Duke win, 74-64. They've won the last 7 in the series. They lead it all time 8-3, 5-1 on neutral floors. But this will be the first time they meet in the NCAA tournament. The winner to San Antonio in the Final Four. It's Duke and Alabama. We'll tip it off when you come back.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/Go Duke.
For more information, find your local independent insurance agent at insure-agent.com.
This season, Duke basketball has teamed up with Duke Children's for the Charity Stripe 1000 Challenge. Thanks to 605 Hoops Heroes, over $19,000 has already been raised for the kids at Duke Children's. Fans, it's not too late to join our team and show your support. Give your $25 by texting Hoops Hero to 919-372-4159. That's 919-372-4159 and become a Duke Children's Hoops Hero today.
For the latest in news, notes, and special content, head to GoDuke.com. This is the Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Duke fans, want to enhance your game day experience? Poetry Finance, official digital banking partner of Duke Athletics, is here to help. With Poetry, managing your finances is a breeze. Just download the Poetry app to discover how Poetry Finance can help you. Poetry Finance. Write your own future. Start now. Financial tools for everyone. Let us help you get started at poetryfinance.com. That's poetryfinance.com.
Think about the last time you moved. Remember how you said you'd never do it alone again? We know moving is tough, but at Two Men and a Truck, we make it easy. No matter the move, big or small, we'll make it a smooth one. We're the movers who care and will prove it with our 96% referral rate and courteous background check movers. We're local and affordable, and we can help at a price that won't make you wish you'd done it on your own. When you're ready, give us a call or find us online for a free estimate at twomenandatruck.com.
Duke and Alabama coming up from Newark. A berth in the Final Four hangs in the balance. Kyle Shasberger with you inside Studio 21. Before we go back inside the Prudential Center, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves. This is Duke basketball in the Elite Eight from Learfield. Back to Newark we go for the Blue Devils and Crimson Time with John Roth and engineer John Rose. Here's the voice of the Blue Devils, David Shoemate.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. Let's dive in with our starting lineups. It's the 1-seed Duke and the 2-seed Alabama for the title here in the East Regional in Newark. The Crimson Tide come in at 28-8 overall. They were 13-5 in regular season SEC play. They beat BYU on Thursday night, 113-88. By now, you know they made 25 threes in that one, seeking to make consecutive Final Fours for the first time in program history. This is their third Elite Eight appearance. Of course, they won last year against Clemson, 89-82. Their only other appearance in the Elite Eight was in 2004 when they lost to Connecticut, 87-71. The starting five, the same that they rolled out there on Thursday evening. At the point will be number 1, Mark Sears, a graduate student of guard, 6'1", 190 out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama. 20 times this year. He's made 3 or more threes 16 times. He made 10 of them on Thursday night against BYU, and he went for 34. Number 0 is LeBaron Philon, freshman guard, 6'4", 177, out of Mobile, Alabama. Double figures 20 times this year, but he only had 8 against BYU. Number 8 is Chris Youngblood. He's a guard, a graduate transfer that comes from South Florida, 6'4", 223, out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He had 19 against BYU, including 5 of 11 from 3. Number 4 is Grant Nelson, the graduate student as a forward, 6'11", 230, out of Devils Lake, North Dakota. 11.5 points and 7.6 rebounds per game for him. And rounding out the starting five inside is the center, number 11, Clifford Omori, a graduate student, a grad transfer from Rutgers, 6'11", 250, out of Nigeria. For head coach Nate Oates in his 6th season in Tuscaloosa, the assistant coaches Preston Murphy, Ryan Pannone, and Brian Adams. Meanwhile, for the Blue Devils, the number 1 overall seed in the East, 34-3. They've won 14 in a row. They beat Arizona by 7, and the same starting five here tonight.
Tyrese Proctor, guard, junior, Sydney, Australia.
Con Knipple, wing, freshman, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Sion James, guard, graduate student from Sugar Hill, Georgia.
Cooper Flagg, small forward, freshman, Newport, Maine.
Kaman Madid Malwaj, I'm a center, freshman, and I'm from South Sudan, Rumbek.
And, of course, they'll hit the floor under the direction of their third-year head coach, John Shire, in his 3rd season at the helm. The associate head coach is Chris Carwell. The assistants, Emmanuel Dildy and Will Avery, and the director of player development is Justin Robinson. Of course, the Blue Devils are the higher seed, so Alabama is going to wear crimson jerseys and shorts here tonight, with some white numerals and lettering and a white stripe down the side and an Alabama logo at the bottom of the shorts in white. The Blue Devils in the familiar home white uniforms with Duke blue numerals and lettering, a Duke blue stripe down the side, and an Iron Duke D logo in white at the bottom of the shorts. We are going to watch the Blue Devils go left to right as we see things here in the first half. Across from the team benches here at the Prudential Center, they can fit 16,755 in here. Not a seat to be had tonight. And the lion's share wearing Duke blue is a decided advantage for the Blue Devils here tonight. I imagine they will be rowdy throughout. Terry Oglesby is going to lead our NCAA tournament officiating crew. He's assisted tonight by Roger Ayers and Greg Nixon. It'll be Maluach and Amoria to jump it off. The winner to San Antonio and the Final Four. Already 1 seed is through. The 1 seed out west. Florida came back to beat Texas Tech. Who will join them here tonight? Everybody on their feet at the Prudential Center. Our lead official, Terry Oglesby, has the basketball in hand. Great to have you with us as the Blue Devils look to get to the Final Four for an 18th time. The basketball is in the air. Away we go. And the Blue Devils control the opening tap, and James will bring it across left to right. He's greeted as he crossed midcourt by Youngblood. To the left, there's Cooper Flagg. Faces up. Looking back door, not there. Up top, it's Tyrese Proctor now. Cooper comes to set a screen. He goes to the left. Between the legs, back to the right. Cooper's got it again. A jab step. Waits. He'll take a 3. And hit it! Cooper picks up where he left off on Thursday night. And the Blue Devils are on the board first.
That was not the play they intended to run, but he made the right read and drained the 3 to start it off.
His 49th of the season. Youngblood, a handoff for Nelson. Up top it comes Amoria. Now another handoff for Philon. Sends it further to the right, and Sears. A ball fake and a baseline drive. Spins. Back up top it comes for Philon. 10 to shoot. Gets it to Nelson. Another handoff for Philon. Turning into the paint on Knipple. Left side of the paint. Dumped it off inside of Morey. Drove it on Malowacz. Step back, 2 to shoot. He has no idea. Back out with 1. Sears at the buzzer from 35 feet. Didn't catch the rim. And a shot clock violation will stop the play. The Blue Devils were headed on the break with Tyrese Proctor, but that is an outstanding defensive possession to get it started.
That's a good way to start. Certainly Alabama doesn't want to take 30 seconds off the clock in any offensive possession. They had to use the whole 30 that time and still didn't score.
James across midcourt, a minute gone here in Newark. Duke with the only 3 points so far. James weaving to the right, out of driving lane. Right side of the paint, drives through the paint, over to the left now, backs out, feeds Cooper up top. Half the shot clock is gone. Cooper to the right, dancing with Nelson, cross him over, drives inside, steps through, trying to find help. He needs help, 9 to shoot, dribbled again, that's a turnover. A double dribble, and that's the Blue Devils' first giveaway of the night.
Cooper couldn't find anybody to break free. Tyrese tried to come over, but just a little bit too late. And so the Blue Devils turn it over.
So Alabama gets it back, 18:41 to go in the opening half. Duke up 3-0. So many dignitaries in the building here tonight, as you would expect, with the Blue Devils on the cusp of the Final Four. We saw Jared McCain in here the other night. And now up top, nearly a theft by Cooper Flagg as Nelson shovels it over to the left and Sears. Into the left baseline. Amori back for Sears. Goes inside, back up top. Nelson wants to drive on Cooper Flagg. Got inside, floats it up to Amori, who tapped it off the window and in. He has the first field goal for Alabama, and it's 3-2, 18-15 to play in the half. Underhand scoop up top for Cooper Flagg. Over to the right, there's Con Knipple. Swings it low. A baseline drive on Philon. Goes up, off the window, and Knipple's on the score sheet. He and Cooper combined for 50 against Arizona. They've got the first 5 tonight. 2 minutes in, Sears has it up top. Shovels one over to the right. On the drive, it's Amore. Lefty punch, missed it. Off the back of the rim and out, and here comes Sion James the other way, left to right. To the right, Knipple. Thought about a 3. Instead, he'll drive inside, spin on Amore, fade away, and it's too strong. Offensive board, Malowacz. Out for a Knipple 3. Give it to him! And it's an 8-2 start here in Newark.
Great relocation pass by Malowacz to wide open Knipple.
2.5 minutes in. At the other end, the 3 is good. Out of the arms of Philon up top. His 37th of the season. And it's 8-5. Alabama back within 3. Speaking as famous Duke players, I see Jason Williams across the way taking things in. As Cooper Flagg looks to the right, now to the left. Back to the right, Proctor's open, and he's got a 3. Tyrese Proctor with the Blue Devils' third 3 of the night, and it's 11-5, 3 minutes in. Sears up top. Waiting, drifts to the left, defended by Cooper to the right, stolen by Proctor. A race to the other end, he'll lay it in softly. Proctor's got 5, and the lead swells to 8.
A great push out of the gates by the Blue Devils, 3-point shooting and good defense.
And they've made 5 of their first 6 from the field. Nearly another theft up top. Philon to the corner. Nelson a 3. No. Weak side rebound. Tapped. Knipple trying to save it. And he did to Malowacz. And here comes Proctor the other way. Up by 8. Off of a screen set by Common to the right. James will drive. Right to the rim. Bobbled it. Got it back. A kick out for Cooper on the left. Up top, Tyrese again. They're flowing. Tyrese between the legs. To the left, James. Plenty of time, 10 to shoot. He'll drive on Nelson. Spin. Take him inside. Go up. Get it blocked out of bounds. It'll stay on this end with 7 to shoot. For Clifford Amore, that is his 40th block of the season. Alabama averages about 4.5 per game, and Amore will come out. And we'll see Mohamed Diabate come in for the first time. The sophomore out of Queens, New York at 6'7". And it'll be Knipple to inbound, right baseline, left side of the hoop. 7 on the timer. Let's go Duke is the chant here in Newark. Knipple lobs it out for Cooper at the top of the key. He's on the drive. On Diabate, goes up, off the window, no. And the rebound inside for Youngblood. Here comes Alabama the other way. Racing into front court. Philon nearly lost it. He did. Knipple took it away. And here's Sion James across midcourt. Looking to take advantage of the numbers. Right to the rack, knocked out of bounds, but a foul is called. As he was hit on the way up, and that's going to chase us to a timeout. The foul will be on Nelson, and that is his first. What a lively start here in Newark. 15:53 to go until the break. It's Duke 13 and Alabama 5.
Oh, what a great camping trip for the Williams family. It was epic, Zach. And this week's MVP was their 2024 Ford Bronco SUV, Matt. Absolutely. It hauled everything and everyone to this great spot by the lake. And get them back in time for the big game. Yeah, let's go! Let's go. With the Ford Bronco or Bronco Sport SUV on your team, it's game on. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
He'll fire, and it's good!
This is Duke head men's basketball coach John Shire. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. We offer full-service sports medicine care at locations throughout the Triangle, where you can see the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke.
The crowd loves that.
Blue Devils have knocked down each of their first 3 3-pointers and are ahead of Alabama 13-5 with 15:53 remaining until halftime.
Cooper Flag looks to the right, now to the left. Back to the right. Proctor's open, and he's got a 3. Tyrese Proctor with the Blue Devils' third 3 of the night, and it's 11-5, 3 minutes in.
8-point lead, 13-5, 15:53 mark of the first half. Kyle Schasberger inside Studio 21. This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Back to the Prudential Center in Newark with John Roth and John Rose. Here's David Shoemate.
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. And tonight's game between Duke and Alabama is presented by Duke Stores. Visit shop.duke.edu, where real Duke fans shop. Well, the boys have started well. Easy to say. 5 of 8 from the field, making all 3 of their threes, as Kyle was telling you about. They are third in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio, better than 1.8 per game, 17th in assists. By the way, 2 assists so far on the 5 makes from the field. 6th in field goal percentage, 6th in field goal percentage defense, 13th in free throw percentage, 11th in rebound margin, 7th in scoring margin, 7th in scoring defense, 1st in scoring margin, and 12th in scoring offense. Alabama obviously very good in terms of sharing the basketball as well. They're 10th in the country in terms of assist. They can really score it. They average 91.4 points per game. That's the most in the country. But it's the Blue Devils who have taken the initiative here early, and they're headed to the free throw line with Sion James shooting 2 after the foul on Grant Nelson that took us to a break, and he heads to the line. We remind you that Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Get More program. For each free throw the Blue Devils make in tonight's game, Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank.
And they've been particularly impressive in their start on the defensive end of the floor so far. They really haven't let Alabama get going in the transition game. They got back and built their wall to prevent Alabama from driving at the end of a transition play just a couple moments ago, and they've already come up with 2 steals and forced 3 turnovers here just in the first 4 minutes.
Alabama will turn it over about 13 times per game. As the second free throw for James is good. So his first 2 points, and he'll get a breather as we see Caleb Foster for the first time, the sophomore guard, 6'2", out of Harrisburg, North Carolina. The other 4 starters still out there: Malawach, Knipple, Flag, and Proctor. Duke by 10, not even 4 minutes in, or a little more than 4 minutes in, I should say. 15-5. Up top, Diabate drifts to the left, curling left side of the paint. Back up top it comes. A 3-ball is on the way for Sherrill, and good. Aiden Sherrill with just his 13th 3 of the season, and Alabama's back within 7. 15:30 to play until the break. Over to the left, it's Tyrese Proctor off of the screen set by Cooper Flag. Bodied up, fed it to the left, and Cooper. Diabate defending to the right. Malawach couldn't control it. A little too tall, out of bounds, and the Blue Devils turn it over for a second time.
Yeah, Cooper trying to skip pass across court to come on it just a little too high.
We mentioned the turnover for Alabama. That's 274th in the country. They're actually 321st in turnover margin. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils do a really good job taking care of the basketball. 9th in the country, just over 9 per game. But they do have 2 here early. Sears leaves it up top. Another 3 for Sherrill. Good again. My goodness, not a big part of his game, but he made 2 on 2 attempts on Thursday, and he's hit his first 2 tonight. And Alabama's back within 4. It's 15-11, 5 minutes in. Knipple backing out up top. Lobs it to the left. There's Kamlan Malawach. Waits, faces up, and a handoff for Cooper Flag. Room to drive. Gets inside. Spins. Jumper up from 10, and it's too strong. Malawach an offensive rebound. Trying to kick it out, but it's ripped away by Diabate. And here comes Alabama across midcourt. Sears thought about it. Diabate will take it on the left. No. And inside the rebound for Caleb Foster. Good box out on Sherrill. Racing across midcourt. All the way to the rack. Left it for Cooper. Off the window and in. A late dish. A timely dish from Caleb Foster. And Duke leads by 6, 17-11, 14-24 to play in the half. Quickly down court, Alabama. Sherrill on the left. Feeling it. Holds it high. Sends it back up top for Sears. Turns the corner. Left side of the paint. Back up top for Sherrill. He'll set the feet again. And finally missed one. Offensive rebound though for Diabate. Got Cooper airborne. And he'll shoot two as Flag picks up his first foul.
Yeah, Cooper came from across the right side of the lane to try to block the shot on the left block and got it way up in the air and came down on the shooter.
Free throws are something to keep an eye on here tonight. Alabama is 7th in the country, taking better than 25 free throws a game. They're also 7th in makes at 18 per game, but they commit a bunch of fouls. Nearly 19 a game. That's 30th in the country, and their opponents take 22.6 free throws per game and make 16. So something to watch tonight as Diabate will go to the line at 60% on the year.
The guy they really don't want to go to the free throw line is their leading scorer, Mark Sears. He's actually, believe this or not, made more free throws than he's made field goals this year.
And the first one for Diabate is good. And Con Knipple turning around. I think he was asking about a potential lane violation, the freshman out of Milwaukee. With 5 here in the early going. Over his last 2 before tonight, 9 of 12 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, and 10 of 11 at the line. As we see Patrick Gungba come in for the first time, the freshman out of Manassas, Virginia, as well as Isaiah Evans, the freshman out of Fayetteville. Cooper Flag, Tyrese Proctor, and Caleb Foster all stay. And now the lefty free throw shooter, Diabate, sends the second one on the way and got that one as well. So the Blue Devils by 4, 17-13, 14-10 to play in our first half. Foster across midcourt. Between the legs with a dribble, drifts to the right. Sends one up top for Gungba. Catches it high. Looking back door, nothing doing. Patrick going to put it on the deck. Back door, now Evans is open and he punches it down with the right hand. One freshman to another, and the lead back to 6.
What a great feed that time by Patrick. Oh, boy.
Gungba with assist number 38 on the season. Driving the left, peeling out of it. Underneath the hoop is Holloway. Fed one to the right. Getting closer and lobbing it back up top for Holloway was Philon. He goes into the paint and floats and scores with the right hand. Holloway's got 2. Cleaning up on Gungba, that is his 20th assist of the season. As the Blue Devil lead is 4, 19-15, 13-24 to play in the half. Foster bounces one to the left and was got it now. Waiting, a handoff for Proctor. Curls off of a screen. Tyrese from 15 feet. Good. A clean look for the junior out of Sydney, Australia. He's got 7. And we seesaw back and forth. The Blue Devils by 6 again. Nearly 7 minutes gone in our first half. Up top, Philon thought about it. Sent it over to the left, and Stevenson. A handoff for Holloway. Evans right in his hip pocket. Found a cutter inside. Diabate got Proctor airborne. He traveled first, though. Before the contact, a turnover for Alabama is their 4th. And a break there for the Blue Devils because Proctor was airborne with nowhere to go.
Yeah, it certainly was a break, and Duke will take that turnover, the 4th by Alabama so far in this contest. Tyrese way up off the ground, attempting to block what was going to be a shot right at the basket, but extra steps.
And Duke has it back with 12:58 to play in our first half. They have now made 8 of their first 12 and still perfect from distance, 3 out of 3. Evans can chuck from the perimeter in a hurry. He gave it back to Caleb along the right sideline. Falling out of bounds, he fed it up top to Cooper. Now to left, Isaiah, deep one, short. And the rebound inside for Philon. Here comes Alabama across midcourt, down by 6. A crossover got by Proctor, and a hand check's going to be called before the shot as Tyrese picks up his first.
Philon had a full head of steam heading toward the Duke basket, and that's Tyrese's foul certainly slowed him down.
And it'll be Alabama inbounding sideline left, just in front of us. The Crimson Tide have made half of their shots so far, 5 out of 10 and 3 out of 7 from 3. And it'll be Aiden Holloway to inbound, the sophomore to Charlotte, the transfer from Auburn, oddly enough, playing at Alabama now. As Holloway lobs it to the left baseline. And Stevenson with Cooper defending. Feeds it to Holloway. Drifts into the paint. Holloway trying to step through on Gungba. High off the window. No. And the rebound for Cooper Flag. An outlet pass for Caleb Foster. They stream across midcourt in a hurry. Caleb on the drive. Got inside. Got it blocked. And Alabama able to save it in the corner. It's Holloway the other way. Still Duke by 6, 21-15. Holloway top of the key. Probing. Back pedals. Cooper Flag playing defensive. defensively theirs. They go to the left. Philon turns the corner on Evans, got to the baseline. At the elbow, now with the block. Up top, Holloway. And now it comes back up top, 12 to shoot. Philon with Proctor defending. Wants to drive him behind the back with a dribble. Free throw line jumpers, too strong. And Cooper Flagg has the rebound. The Blue Devils are pushing it up by 6. Cooper on the drive to the left corner, stolen. Cutting in front, Philon took it away. Holloway ahead to Philon, in on Gungba, and he lays it in. So the Blue Devils have turned it over uncharacteristically here early, and Alabama's back within 4, 21-17. That was their fourth a moment ago.
And that's the kind of live ball turnover you want to avoid. It led directly to an Alabama fast break basket.
Gungba backdoor fed. Foster who laid it in. He got by Holloway, and Caleb has his first field goal. 23-17. 11:22 to play in a very entertaining first half. Philon a lob inside, caught inside, and the foul is called as Amore went up on Gungba, and that'll be the first on Patrick Gungba, and free throws coming for Alabama when we come back. 11:17 to play until the break. Duke 23 and Alabama 17.
Which of us, detective, do you suspect is the millionaire?
The evidence is everywhere. Your diamond necklace, Monty's new yacht, and the butler's new convertible. Admit it, you're all Maximilian scratch-off winners.
Of course we are. With 25 prizes of $1 million, you could be too.
New Maximilian from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 2.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
You're listening to Duke basketball in the NCAA tournament. More from the Prudential Center after this local timeout.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you've just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Back here in Newark, the Blue Devils lead by 6, 23-17 with 11:17 to play in our first half. Be sure to catch Duke All Access with head coach Sean Shire. The final episode of the season comes your way tomorrow at noon on ABC 11. And don't forget the ABC 11 mobile app is your ticket to Duke basketball highlights and the latest from the First Alert forecast. Just tap the app and make it your own from ABC 11. Eyewitness News. David Schmidt alongside John Roth, the executive producer of that program I was just talking about. John Rose, our producer and engineer, and Kyle Schatzberger back inside our network studios. It'll be Alabama at the free throw line when we get back to action. Statistically, there's a lot to like from a Blue Devil perspective, shooting 60% from the field again, 9 of 15, 3 of 4 from 3. They've made each of their free throws, and they're out rebounding the Crimson Tide by 4. But uncharacteristically, they've turned it over 4 times, and that's led to 7 of Alabama's 17 points so far.
Yeah, points off turnovers. It's been big for the Crimson Tide thus far in this first 9 minutes of play here. Blue Devils, meanwhile, have done decent in the paint, 10 points in the paint so far for them to go along with the 3 3-point shots that they've made.
By the way, for the Blue Devils in that game the other night against Arizona, they shot 60% from the field, 57.9% from 3, and 85% at the line. Second consecutive game in the tournament, they shot 60 or better percent from the field, 50 or better from 3, and 80 or better from the free throw line. It's the first time in program history they've done so. The offense has just been outstanding. 282 points through the first 3 games of the NCAA tournament is the most in Duke history. The previous high was 274 by the 99 team, as the first free throw for Amore is good. 72% at the line. He's got 3 for the ball game.
So that's over 90 a game. 282 in 3 games. That's some scoring.
And on a similar trajectory so far here tonight as the second free throw rattles around And goes down for the graduate student. Let's set the 5 on the floor for you for John Shire's group. We see Mason Gillis for the first time tonight. The graduate student in Newcastle, Indiana, the grad transfer from Purdue. Zion James, Kaman Malawach, Con Knipple, and Isaiah Evans. Knipple's got it up top, curling into the paint. A lob to Kaman, and you know how that goes.
We've seen that a lot. Con to come on.
A lead back to 6, 25-19, 11 minutes to play in the half. Holloway has it up top for Alabama. A probing dribble, can't get by Malawach. Tries to drive again on a switch. Knipple has him up top. Sears now. He wants to drive. Probing, back up top. Sherrill thought about another 3. Instead of handoff for Youngblood, he'll take it. A deep one up top. No good. And the rebound inside for Alabama. Back up Nelson, no. And the rebound for Malawach. A chance to add to a 6-point lead with 10:35 to go in the half. James across midcourt, looking to the left. Evans chasing off screens. Has it up top to the left. Kaman Malawach holds it high. One dribble, handoff for James. Takes the screen to the right. Drives inside. Has room. Goes off the window and in. James has his first field goal. And the lead back to 8, 27-19. 10:15 to go in the half. Sherrill on the right from 3 over Evans. No. Weak side rebound fought for. Youngblood able to save it up top. Holloway a 3. No. They fight for the rebound again. Alabama able to dig it out with Sherrill and then a tie up. But the alternating possession is going to keep it with the Crimson Tide. As Gillis got a hand in there to tie it up. The Blue Devils have made each of their last 3 shots from the field, 6 out of 8. Alabama's missed 4 in a row, 1 for their last 7, but they have been crashing the offensive glass. That's already 4 here in the early going.
Overall, the Blue Devils out-rebounding them, trying to fight on the glass on both ends of the floor in this game.
Sherrill catches deep in the right corner. A quick handoff for Holloway. Make it Phylon curling in on Gillis. At the left block, back outside it comes. Sears thought about a deep one on Knipple. Instead, he'll drive. Scoop it to the right, deflected, taken away. Knipple got a hand on it. Gillis out of there with it. A chance to add to an 8-point lead as we drip past the midway point of the opening half. Sion looking to the left. Malawach has it now. Holding a handoff for James. Evans curling up top as well. A lot of bodies in tight space, so Sion will dribble the other way. Right side of the paint, go inside, kick to the corner. Knipple a 3. Good! Con Knipple's got 8 already, and it's the biggest lead of the night at 11.
Blue Devils 4 for 5 from 3-point range.
30-19 with 9:23 to play until the break. Phylon sends it over to the right and Sears. Back to the left, Phylon. Thought about a 3. Malawach denied that, so he probes inside on Gillis. Put the shoulder into him, still couldn't shoot. To the left corner, Nelson. Back up top, Sears out near midcourt, 10 to shoot. Turns down the screen, takes it himself, in on Knipple. Oh! Malawach! Sent that one to New York City! And Alabama will have to inbound along the left baseline.
Sears is a great driver, and the Blue Devils now have stopped him going to the left and to the right. He loves to go to the left. That time he went to the right, and come on, just sent it out.
About 14 miles across the Hudson to get to Manhattan. Phylon to inbound left baseline. Bounces it in the corner for Sears. 4 to shoot. Probing. Sends it to the right. Youngblood got Evans airborne. Took the 3 and hit it. So Youngblood has his first 3, and Alabama's back with an 8, 30-22, as we drift under 9 minutes to play in the half.
And that was a calm answer by Alabama to a tremendous play by the Blue Devils.
James up top. Bounces one for Con Knipple. Malawach sets the screen. Con comes off of it. Probing into the paint. Rises up and didn't get the floater. And the rebound for Nelson. Here comes Sears the other way. Quick outlet pass for Phylon. A hit ahead for Youngblood. Turns the corner on Gillis. And a hip check's going to be called on the way by as Gillis picks up his first. And that is the 4th foul on the Blue Devils so far. It's on the floor, so no free throws yet. Cooper Flagg and Tyrese Proctor will return. Of course, Cooper, the freshman out of Newport, Maine. As Isaiah Evans and Mason Gillis will head out. Not surprised to see the third-year head coach of the Blue Devils using his bench early and often with this breakneck pace. You don't want guys getting tired deep in the ballgame.
And he's done it in the tournament in pretty much every game so far, just to get everybody a feel for the game that's probably going to play.
Well, they put that foul on Knipple, but that certainly looked like it was Gillis.
No question. Gillis is the guy who checked him. Yeah.
And it is Gillis as they corrected that in the left corner. Phylon back up top. Sears now waits, whips it to the left. Phylon will take a 3 over Cooper Flagg and leave it short. The rebound inside for Tyrese Proctor. So a chance to add to an 8-point lead with 8:24 to play in the half. Proctor across midcourt. Surveys the defense. Looking to the left. Knipple trying to shake free. He's got it now. A screen from Malawach. A 3 on the way. Too strong. And the rebound for Nelson in Alabama. Just the Blue Devils' second miss from deep on 6 attempts. Sears across midcourt. Sends one to the left and Nelson. Waiting. Holds it high. Proctor has Nelson now on a switch. Swings it low, tries to drive him, can't get by. Handoff for Sears. Proctor on him. Sears on the drop, got inside, tied up by Knipple. And the alternating possession will give it to the Blue Devils this time.
Kahn got his hand in there and got all ball to stop the drive and get the ball back for the Blue Devils.
Timeout on the floor. 7:57 to play until the break. The Blue Devils 30, the Crimson Tide 22. Already one ticket has been punched to the Final Four. To find out who, let's send it to the studio and check in with Kyle.
David, thank you. About an hour ago, we got our first team into the Final Four. Top seed in the West, Florida trailed by 10 at 71-61 with 6:18 remaining. Gators never flinched, utilizing a 12-2 push to overcome 3-seeded Texas Tech in San Francisco.
77-75. Out comes the catch. Got hit, rolling. Clayton catches. Won't shoot against Toppin. Pulls it out. Fires for three. Good! He got it from the top of the arc!
That's Sean Kelly from Learfield, 78-77 on that three from Walter Clayton Jr., who had 30 points on 7 of 14 shooting, 13 of 14 at the free throw line, 1 of 3 in double figures, helping to guide Florida to an 84-79 win over Texas Tech. Again, a game in which they trailed by 10 with a little more than 6 minutes remaining. Florida will move on to next weekend in San Antonio, and they will take on either Auburn or Michigan State, which is one of 2 Elite Eight matchups on the schedule tomorrow. It'll begin at 2:20 in Indianapolis from Lucas Oil Stadium. 2-seeded Tennessee in search of their first Final Four in program history. They take aim at top-seeded Houston. Then the number 1 seed of the South region, Auburn, will play 2-seeded Michigan State. That one scheduled for a 5:05 start. Michigan State in the Elite Eight for the 15th time. Third time for Auburn as they try to get to a second Final Four. Tigers were last there under Bruce Pearl back in 2019. One more note. Birmingham 2 region women's basketball tournament. That will feature the top 2 seeds tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Duke Blue Devils and Carol Lawson, the 2 seed, will take on the defending national champion and top seed of the Birmingham region 2 in South Carolina. Blue Devils and Gamecocks with a chance to earn their way to the Final Four. The Blue Devils, which would be their 5th Final Four appearance in school history and first since 2006. Our score inside the Prudential Center, top-seeded Duke 30, 2-seeded Alabama 22, 7:57 remaining in the first half as we go back to Newark.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Let's check out some of our in-game stats now presented by Steel. Trusted Steel power in the palm of your hand. Visit your local Steel dealer or shop online at steelusa.com. The Blue Devils have played 9 guys so far, and 7 of them have already gotten at least 1 field goal. Blue Devils shooting 60%, 12 out of 20, and sizzling from three-point range, 4 out of 6. With all that balance, Knipple leads the way with 8, and Tyrese Proctor with 7 so far. On the other side, 6 points from Sherrill on a couple of three-point shots, and they've shot Alabama 35% from the floor so far and 4 for 12 from three-point range. The rebounding is tied at 10 apiece, and Blue Devils have forced a couple more turnovers against Alabama than they've committed themselves at 6-4 in that category so far. Points off of turnovers also dead even at 7-7. David Shoemate.
And it will be the Blue Devils in possession out of the timeout. Sion James, the graduate student out of Sugar Hill, Georgia, out there with Cooper Flagg, Kaman Malawach, Con Knipple, and Tyrese Proctor, the 5 starters out of the timeout, trying to add to an 8-point lead. James to the left, Proctor, a clean look from 3, and a rainbow's too strong. Malawach couldn't get a hand on the rebound. Alabama racing across midcourt with Filon. He'll leave it up top for Sears. His first 3 up top is short, and the rebound for Sion James. And here comes Con Knipple across midcourt. 7.5 minutes to play in our opening stanza. Knipple into the paint, spins to the middle. What a crafty move. He's got 2, and a free throw coming as well.
Blue Devils just went the length of the court with no hesitation. Kahn spinning right to the rim.
The foul on Filon is his first. Knipple is the first for either side into double figures. And the 8th best free throw shooter in the country is headed to the line, looking for an 11th point tonight. Trying to build the lead back to 11. That's been as big as it's been all night.
Kahn, 107 out of 118.
He survived the broadcaster's jinx as well, mid-stroke. Roth doesn't believe in that.
I waited till he started shooting.
33-22, 7:20 to play in the half. The Duke fans come to their feet behind the Blue Devil bench. Up top, Holloway, dancing with Cooper, drives him, backs out, looking for help. Nothing comes, backs out again. Between the legs, sends it up top for Nelson. He drifts to the right. Now back up top, 10 to shoot. Nelson, a handoff for Filon. He'll drive James into the paint. Nothing doing. Back up top. Youngblood, 5 on the timer, into the paint, kicks to the corner. Nelson will have to fire with 3, and he missed it. Cooper's got the rebound. How about that defense? 2 players down behind the play, Maluach and Diabate. Meanwhile, Cooper going to work in the paint. He towers over Phylon, steps through, and lays it in. Timeout, Alabama, as the lead swells to 13. We'll take a break. 6:46 to play in our opening half. Duke leads 35-22.
Down many ways, streets, and lanes all across America, you'll find Valero at your go-to gas station, volunteering with local charities, fueling communities 365 days a year, and generally being a good neighbor. So whether you're in Texas, Louisiana, or Tennessee, or right here in Durham, you can always depend on us getting you where you need to be, in life or on the road, right now.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown bar district.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Blue Devil fans, the Food Lion Feed Score to Give More program is back for this incredible postseason run. Food Lion Feeds has donated more than 6.5 million meals to local food banks and college pantries through the Food Lion Feed Score to Give More program. For every free throw made by Duke women's and men's basketball teams during this tournament, Food Lion Feeds will continue to donate 100 meals to help our local neighbors in need. Food Lion is the official grocer of the ACC and proud to support the Blue Devils.
Here in Newark, the Blue Devils by 13, 35-22, 6:46 to play on our opening half. The Blue Devil basketball is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. David Shoemate alongside John Roth. John Rose, our producer and engineer, back inside our network studios, is Kyle Schatzberger. And the Blue Devils have done this, to my eye, John Roth, with defense. Alabama, we mentioned they took 51 threes the other night against BYU. They made 25 of them. They've taken 14 here tonight, but they've only made 4, and they're only 7 of 22 from the field, 32%, 29%. You're just rolling through the stats. The Blue Devils, the opposite extreme, they are lighting it up.
They certainly are, the Blue Devils, thus far. 4 out of 7 for 57% from three-point range. And Alabama kind of, that law of averages kind of coming back into play as that 4 out of 14, 28%, obviously a lot lower than they were shooting, close to 50% the other day. But on the season, they're a below 40% three-point shooting team, 35%. And you kind of even things out over time. And so far this game, they haven't picked up that torrid pace they had the other night.
And out of the timeout, there'll still be the starters on the floor. Sion James, Tyrese Proctor, Con Knipple, Cooper Flagg, and Kaman Malawach, the freshman over in Beck, South Sudan. If you get a chance, check out the Duke MBB YouTube page. Nolan Ellenberg put together a tremendous piece on Kaman's journey. Actually started playing basketball in Uganda. Got involved in the NBA Africa initiative. Took part in the NBA Academy. Actually played with Tyrese Proctor a little bit. And made his way to Durham. And boy, has he been a revelation. And he is fired up inside as Alabama goes to work offensively. They feed into the pocket for Diabate. Steps through. Cooper swats it out of there. Rejected it along the sideline. And that is block already number 2 on the night. Malawach had the first. Nothing easy inside, though, for the Crimson Tide. As Alabama will inbound on the left sideline. And it'll be Phylon to do so in front of Tyrese Proctor. 18 to shoot. Lobs it back up top. Diabate has it now. Waits. Sizing it up. Puts it on the deck with the right hand. Still trying to drive. Turns the corner on Cooper. Got inside. Malawach got a piece. The rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Alabama. It'll be Duke basketball.
Blue Devils just doing such an excellent job protecting the paint and protecting the rim here in this first half, holding Alabama to just 22 points in 13 and a half minutes.
And chance to add to a 13-point lead as James comes across midcourt. James looks to the right, bounces one for Con Knipple. The inside it goes for Malawach, slicing to the hoop, but the pass too far in front. And Knipple telling Malawach to grab it with 2 hands, and Malawach taps his chest as if to say, my bad. It is a 5th turnover, though. Meanwhile, Alabama lethal offensively, but they haven't scored in nearly 3 minutes. Over to the right, Stevenson trying to turn the corner, sends it into the right corner for Holloway. Back into the corner it goes for a 3 that is too strong out of the arms of Stevenson, and Cooper Flagg has the rebound. And across midcourt with under 6 minutes to play in the half, leading by 13. James, a couple of different crossovers, but he lost it. And here comes Alabama the other way. It's Reed, a step through on Cooper, high off the window and in. Darion Reed with his first field goal, and it's 35-24, and the turnovers are about the only problem right now, but they are an issue.
And that's what Alabama does really well, turn those turnovers into points quickly.
James along the right sideline. Feigns Proctor curling inside. He threw it to Malowacz. Oh, he spiked it through! A big-time hammer with 2 hands. And the lead back to 13.
Pass a little high, but come on, didn't get deterred by that.
Used every bit of that length. Here's Holloway over to the right Phylon, trying to drive on Malowacz. Back up top for Holloway from 35 feet. He hit it over an outstretched arm of Cooper Flagg. Holloway with his first 3. And the official stop play with 5:06 to go in the half as the basketball got away and the Blue Devils lead at 10 as Caleb Foster will return, as will Patrick Gungba. Now Holloway and Sears the other night combined for 57, including 16 threes. We just talked about Holloway. He's got 5 now. Sears has yet to score after having 34 against BYU.
He's only taken 3 shots, 0 for 3 so far.
He had been on the bench. He's back into the ballgame now. 5 minutes to go in the half. Duke by 10. 37-27. Foster looking to the left. Takes a screen from Cooper Flagg. Feeds it back to him at the free throw line. The jumper rattled around, came out. Gungba got a hand on the rebound, but they're going to call him for a push-off trying to do so, and that'll be his second.
I think he got a piece of Nelson as he was coming across the baseline to try to get a hand on that rebound.
Patrick only played 12 minutes in the Sweet 16. Actually ended up fouling out in that game against Arizona, but he'll stay out there with 2 fouls with 4:50 to play in the half. 5th team foul. And across midcourt comes Sears. Greeted by Caleb Foster. Lobbed it inside. Nelson, an open lane to dunk it down. Grant Nelson's first field goal brings Alabama back within 8, 37-29. And we're going to see Malik Brown come in for the first time at the next dead ball. And the head coach of the Blue Devils is going to use a timeout. We'll break for 30, 4:33 to play until the break. Duke up 37-29.
It's tournament time for your Blue Devils. You can show your support of Duke all year long by purchasing authentic Duke merchandise from DukeStore.com. Our huge assortment of Duke apparel means you won't have to go anywhere else for the perfect t-shirt, jersey, sweatshirt, or hat. The only collection of Duke merchandise in the world that actually comes to you directly from Duke University. DukeStore.com, where real Duke fans shop.
4:33 to play in our first half. The Blue Devils by 8, 37-29. John Shire takes that use it or lose it timeout, trying to stem a little bit of Crimson Tide momentum. They made each of their last 3 from the field, taking advantage of Blue Devil turnovers to the tune of 9 points off of turnovers. And the Blue Devils will have it with Malik Brown on the floor for the first time when we get back to action. The transfer from Syracuse, the junior to Culpeper, Virginia, played 4 minutes the other night in the first half. They talk about after the game, they were hoping he was going to be kind of an emergency situation guy in that game in the Sweet 16, and there was an emergency in the first half with the foul trouble for Malowacz and Gungba, and now Malik is out there with 4.5 minutes to play until the break. He's out there with Caleb Foster, Tyrese Proctor, Cooper Flagg, and Con Knipple.
And wearing a black wrap on that shoulder that's been damaged a couple of times this year.
He's got it on the left now as Con fed it to him. Malik whips it to the right. There's Tyrese Proctor. 16 to shoot. Proctor looking for Cooper for curl. He's got it now, top of the key. Puts it on the deck. Goes in on Reed. Forced it off the window. Didn't get the roll. And the rebound for Alabama and Stevenson. Across midcourt, it's Phylon. Drives Knipple. Backs out in the left corner. Crossed over. Got by him. And on Cooper. Fed it back up top for a 3. That is too strong out of the arms of Stevenson. Proctor got a hand on the rebound. Able to save it to Foster as it crashed into the table. Quickly ahead, it's Cooper Flagg in the left corner. Double team comes to the right. Proctor to the corner. Knipple couldn't catch it cleanly. Now he'll backpedal and can't hit a 3. Hit the rim a couple of different times and came off. Phylon across midcourt. Under 4 minutes to play in the half. Duke still up 37-29. Phylon on the right. Backpedals on Malik Brown. Wants to drive now. Got it on Proctor. Underhand scoop for Nelson for the punch.
Nice pass by Philon that time to see his teammate cutting in from the corner. A strong move from the corner, and now they are back within 6.
7 straight for the Crimson Tide. 3:20 to play in the half. Cooper's got it up top. 37-31. A ball fake and a drive. Probing. Dancing with Nelson. Goes inside. A lot of contact. Off the window, no. And the rebound for Alabama. And then a steal by Brown in backcourt. Back for Cooper. Steps to a double team. Out to Foster for 3. Good! Brown made the play, and Foster paid it off, and the lead back to 9.
What a way to stem a rally by the opposition.
40-31, 2:54 to go in the half. Reed a left side 3, a rainbow that's no good, and Cooper's got the rebound. Streaming across midcourt. He'll leave it for Brown on the left, to the right Proctor. Wants to drive, got it on Philon, pushed, and he'll shoot 2 as Philon picks up number 2. Just the 3rd foul on Alabama here in this opening half. Timeout on the floor. We'll catch our breath. 2:42 to go until halftime. Duke 40 and Alabama 31.
Hey Blue Devil fans, it's game day, and Harris Teeter knows your party is just as important as the game. With mouth-watering wings, delicious dips, pre-ordered party platters to please any crowd, and not to mention the best pizzas, ribs, and ready-to-grill pub burgers in town. Only Harris Teeter can deliver delicious as you huddle up with family and friends to celebrate. Set a reminder to order ahead if you need party platters, and make Harris Teeter your pre-game stop before the next game. Harris Teeter, where Blue Devil fans shop for their delicious game day.
Blue Devils, Crimson Tide. You're listening to Duke basketball in the NCAA tournament. We'll return to Newark after this local break.
This season, Duke basketball has teamed up with Duke Children's for the Charity Stripe 1000 Challenge. Thanks to 605 Hoops Heroes, over $19,000 has already been raised for the kids at Duke Children's. Fans, it's not too late to join our team and show your support. Give your $25 by texting Hoops Hero to 919-372-4159. That's 919-372-4159 and become a Duke Children's Hoops Hero today.
Hi, I'm Megan Gower of Her Hoop Stats. Each week, co-host Rob Joyce and I break down all the latest around women's basketball on the Gower Hour. We analyze what's happened each week, preview what's to come, and talk with guests from around the country to make sure you're covered coast to coast from now all the way through the Final Four in April. Available each week, search and subscribe to Her Hoop Stats in your feed on Apple, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and check out herhoopstats.com for all your women's hoops needs.
Duke leading Alabama in this Elite Eight matchup from Newark inside the Prudential Center. It's the top-seeded Blue Devils 42-seeded Crimson Tide 31. Kaman Maluach with a couple of very loud swings at the rim.
James along the right sideline. Feigns Proctor curling inside. He threw it to Maluach. Oh, he spiked it through. A big-time hammer with 2 hands.
More highlights coming up at halftime as I'll take you through the tournament scoreboard as well. One other Elite Eight game as Florida is on to the Final Four. First of 4 tickets punch. We'll preview tomorrow's slate with 2 more Elite Eight games, plus a look at Duke women's basketball ahead of their matchup with South Carolina tomorrow. Back to Newark, though. 9-point lead for the Blue Devils. Here's David Shoemate.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Much has been made, John Roth, about that 9'8" standing reach for Kaman Maluach. It looked like 10 feet on that dunk.
We have seen it on display tonight with that, as well as that one block shot. He's already got 2 block shots, but one of those in particular, he went far and long to knock that one away. Blue Devils with it's a total of 3 block shots. He's got 2, and Cooper's got 1 so far in this first half.
That we'll see Tyrese Proctor go to the line to shoot 2 out of the timeout. As we remind you, the Blue Devil basketball is brought to you in part by Kohl's. The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. And Tyrese's first attempt is good. Gives him 8 points for the ball game. He had 7 in the Sweet 16 affair against Arizona. Of course, he was just lighting it up in Raleigh last weekend as the second attempt here comes off. That's the first missed free throw for either team. The Blue Devils 4 out of 5, Alabama, I should say, has made all 4. But the lead is 10, 41-31 with 2:34 to play in the half. Brown still out there defensively. He crashes into Tears. Looking to the left, drifts that way. Comes off with a couple of screens to the baseline. Got inside, stepped through, tried to go cross court. That pass was deflected by Cooper. Flag out of bounds. It'll stay with Alabama.
The Blue Devils have done a very effective job in stopping his left side drive. They know when he gets down low, he's always looking to either finish or pass across the lane, and they've stopped 2 or 3 of those already so far.
Looking to inbound, waiting, allows it for Nelson deep in the right corner. Nelson sends it back up top for Sears. Brown there defensively. 8 to shoot off of a screen set by Youngblood. Sears on the drive, pulls up from 15 and rattles it home. That's his first field goal. It comes with 2:14 to play in the half after he had 34 against BYU. So it's 41-33 Duke in front as Foster comes across midcourt. Works his way to the left, looking for space. Sears all over him, sends it for Brown at the top of the key. Back door, fed it to Proctor, saved it to Cooper in the left corner. Back up top, Brown. He'll set the feet, ball fake drive, back up top. Can Proctor save it? He can, out at midcourt. 10 to shoot, plenty of time. 7 to shoot. Here's Cooper, fouled on the way by Amori. That'll be his first, and it'll reset the shot clock to 20. And with 1:50 to play in the half, that is team foul number 4 on Alabama. The Blue Devils have been whistled for 5. And we'll see Malawatch return to the ball game. And Nate Oates chewing on the ear of Roger Ayers as Malik Brown will head out. And we'll see Alabama make a change as well. As Sherrill will come back in. And it'll be Amori who leaves. Looks like we're ready. And Foster will be the inbounder. Right baseline, left side of the hoop. A slap with the basketball. Knippel trying to shake free. He's open on the left. Thought about a 3. Instead, he'll drive Youngblood into the paint. Spin to the left, step through, put it up. Couldn't finish. Thought he got hit. Trying to get the loose basketball. And then the foul, I think, is going to be on him coming from out of bounds. And that is the first on Con Knippel. And now the Duke fans going crazy. No foul on the shot attempt. And then you hit him with a nickel dimer on the rebounding action.
That's a good way to put it. Ticky-tack type of call.
And with 1:44 to go in our first half, Alabama back in possession, trailing by 8. Nelson across midcourt, defended by Cooper Flagg. Fed it up top for Holloway. Comes off of a screen set by Sherrill. Holloway with 18 to shoot has Malawatch on him. Drifts to the right, back up top Sears at the logo. Thought about a deep one instead. He'll drive, got inside, kick it back up top. Holloway a 3. Short. The rebound, Proctor trying to get to it. Saved it once, twice. Now Foster does have it. In amongst 2 defenders, he'll wait for help. 1:15 to play in the half, leading by 8. Now Foster will drive, go inside, and get fouled by Youngblood on the way in. And that'll be the first on Chris Youngblood and just the 5th on Alabama with 1:14 to play in the half.
Foster's been very aggressive in his drives to the basket in this contest. It's opened up quite a bit for the Duke offense, the way he's been attacking the lane.
Caleb will be the inbounder, right baseline, right side of the hoop. They're calling out the play now, and we're ready to go. Caleb looks to the right corner. It's not there. Up top for Knippel. Off of a screen set by Malawatch. Top of the key, the lob. Come on, catches down low. Waits, steps through, goes up and scores over Grant Nelson off the window. He's got 6, the lead back to 10. 1 minute to play in the half. Sears with Proctor defending. 43-33. Sears goes to the left, cut off, wants to drive Knippel, can't get by. 15 to shoot, hands it off. It's Youngblood trying to drive Con into the paint, steps through, laid it up and in. Con had to be careful with that foul. Youngblood has 5, Alabama back within 8, 40 seconds to play in the half. Foster just letting it hit to use some time, about 9 seconds, the differential shot clock to game clock. And Cooper, Flagg in possession now. Being defended by Grant Nelson. He looks to the bench. John Shire calls out the play. 25 seconds to go in the half. 14 to shoot. Cooper with 10 on the timer. Drifts to the right. Takes the screen. Goes inside. Scores. And he's fouled. Went right into the chest of Aiden Sherrill. And Cooper's got a chance for 3.
And Con Knippel really made that play. He came up from the lower portion of the half court and cut through top of the key and cleared out a wide lane for Cooper to follow. No defenders in there till he got to the rim. So good job by Knippel clearing the way.
And with the free throw, if he can make it, he can become the second man into double figures, joining Con Knippel. Nice ovation for Caleb Foster, who's provided invaluable minutes here in the first half as Sion James will return. So the 5 starters on the floor with 16.1 to play in the half, and the free throw coming for Cooper Flagg. 83.2% on the year. And the right-handed free throw shooter knocks it down. So an 11-point lead. See if they can get a stop to take it to the locker room. Sears across midcourt. And the Blue Devil faithful come to their feet here in Newark. 6 seconds now. Sears turned the corner on Kahn. In on Cooper, whipped it inside. Nelson on Maluach lays it in. And that'll take us to halftime with the Blue Devils leading by 9. So Alabama scores late, but the Blue Devils scored early and often. Knipple had 11. Cooper Flagg had 10. Tyrese Proctor had 8. And at the break, it's Duke 46, Alabama 37, as we send it to the studio in Kyle.
Thanks so much, David. Highlights coming up as part of our halftime coverage as Duke leads by 9. We'll take you through all of the numbers, and we'll touch on the other Elite 8 matchup that occurred prior to our game in San Francisco as Florida has reached Final Four for the first time in their program's history since 2014. We'll take you through the Gators' win over the Red Raiders, set up tomorrow's docket, touch on Duke women's basketball as well. As Duke leads 46-37 over Alabama on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
Which of us, detective, do you suspect is the millionaire?
The evidence is everywhere. Your diamond necklace, Monty's new yacht, and the butler's new convertible. Admit it, you're all Maximilian scratch-off winners.
Of course we are. With 25 prizes of $1 million, you could be too.
New Maximilian from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 2.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Cut time, cut costs, cut grass. Double your runtime with free extra battery deals on steel tools and cut through your spring cleaning to-do list. Mow, trim, cut, prune. Do it all with Steel Battery. Find your deal at your local Steel dealer or shop online at steelusa.com. Get a free extra battery with select Steel tool set. Set includes battery and charger. Extra batteries up to $160 MSRP value. Offer valid for limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Duke, Alabama.
Steps to the left, launches, count it.
More from the Prudential Center after this local timeout.
Down many ways, streets, and lanes all across America, you'll find Valero at your go-to gas station, volunteering with local charities, fueling communities 365 days a year, and generally being a good neighbor. So whether you're in Texas, Louisiana, or Tennessee, or right here in Durham, you can always depend on us getting you where you need to be, in life or on the road, right now.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
On the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Duke Basketball Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll break down the game's first 20 minutes, update scores from the ACC and the top 25, and preview the second half. Our halftime coverage begins inside the Learfield Network studios. Here's Kyle Schasberger.
46-37, top-seeded Duke leads 2-seeded Alabama in the Elite 8 halftime. Inside the Prudential Center, Kyle Schasberger with you inside Studio 21. Let's tell you how things shook out in San Francisco earlier this evening. The only other Elite 8 matchup alongside us tonight inside the Chase Center in San Fran. It was 3-seeded Texas Tech and the top-seeded Florida Gators, the West Region Final. The Gators overcoming a 10-point deficit with a little more than 6 to play. They're down by 9 with 3 and change to go, and they used a 16-2 push to help outlast the Red Raiders.
Williams will inbound. The Gators will pick up defensively at half court. Long inbounds pass. Caught by Condon. Outlet pass to Martin. Jump this one up for the Gators. Hello, San Antonio. Florida's going to the Final Four. They are the West Regional champions. They have won it here in San Francisco by the count of 84-79. Stand up and holler.
Sean Kelly from Learfield, 84-79, the final. Walter Clayton Jr. came up massive for Florida in the closing minutes. He had 30 points to lead all scores and a couple of late threes, including one part of a 12-2 push at the time that gave Florida a 78-77 lead. They knocked down 4 consecutive field goals to close, used some free throws also to correct that one-time 10-point deficit, and they win by 5. Florida will meet the winner of Auburn and Michigan State coming up in Game 2 tomorrow. More on that one in a moment, but let's start with the 220 showdown, which will feature Tennessee and top-seeded Houston. The Volunteers, the 2 seed in the Midwest region. Inside Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis was where the Vols were able to avoid a 3rd defeat to Kentucky on Friday night.
It's a bit of a screen, and a shot rejected by Akpara. Ziegler on the push, quickly ahead to Lanier. Lanier on the run to the rim. Count the bucket. Foul in transition on Trent Noah, and Lanier to the line for a chance at a Tennessee 3-point play.
How good has Felix Akpara been on both ends of the floor?
Kevin Kugler on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. Final score 78-65. That allows Tennessee to have a date with top-seeded Houston at 2:20 tomorrow from Indy. Chance Lanier had 17 points. Zakai Ziegler had 18 points for the Volunteers, who had 3 in double figures yesterday, going up against a Houston Cougars team who was able to win in the final second over Purdue in Indy on Friday. Houston will be gunning for a 7th Final Four and first since 2021. Tennessee has never made a Final Four in their program's history. Then at 5:05, Game 2 tomorrow from Atlanta State Farm Arena. Top-seeded Auburn going up against 2-seeded Michigan State, who trailed most of the contest to Ole Miss yesterday before being able to pick up a narrow win.
It's hard to believe that 2 days we're playing for a chance to do one of the all-time great things in any basketball player's life, and that's play for a Final Four. And I'm proud and happy for them. They've earned it. They've deserved it. They did it.
That's Tom Izzo following the victory for the Spartans, again, by just a single field goal, 73-70. They get past Ole Miss. Michigan State is in the Elite Eight for the 15th time in program history. Auburn is there for a 3rd time in search of their first Final Four since 2019. The only other time the Auburn Tigers had been there. Bruce Pearl guiding Auburn there back in 2019. He helped Auburn to a victory over Michigan by the final count of 78-65 yesterday in Atlanta. Duke's women's basketball team and Kara Lawson will go for their first Final Four since 2006. They've been there 4 times previously in search of a 5th trip to the sport's biggest stage, which will be in Tampa next week. They will have to go through the top-seeded South Carolina Gamecocks at 1 o'clock tomorrow in the Birmingham Region 2. That's a 1 o'clock start tomorrow. Duke getting there by winning an all-time grinded-out affair with rival North Carolina on Friday, 47-38.
I mean, exactly how we expected the game to go. It's how these games are. If you've watched these games over the last few years, it's competitive and really gritty, and I thought both teams played with great effort. Wasn't our best night offensively, that's for sure, but man, did we just dig down deep defensively. The second and fourth quarter, single digits, in the Sweet 16 is hard to do, and that's something that's been consistent with who we are. We consistently play with great effort on that end of the floor, and just kept ourselves in it. I mean, I'll be honest, I was a little worried down 11-0 if we would score at all in the game, but I don't think there's ever been a shutout in the tournament, so felt pretty good that we could score at some point.
And Carol Lawson and company were able to score just at 47-38. They knock off North Carolina yesterday. They have South Carolina tomorrow. Again, the Birmingham Region 2 final with a trip to the Final Four on the line to be a 5th in program history for the Blue Devils. That one teed up for a 1 o'clock start from Legacy Arena in Birmingham. Our halftime score, Duke 46, Alabama 37. The Blue Devils men's team looking to reach a Final Four here tonight. They're 20 minutes away, a 9-point advantage. We'll take you through some of the top plays when we return, but first 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves. This is Blue Devil basketball from Learfield. The top moments from our first 20 minutes of play. Duke 46, Alabama 37. That's next from Learfield.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
It's tournament time for your Blue Devils. You can show your support of Duke all year long by purchasing authentic Duke merchandise from DukeStore.com. Our huge assortment of Duke apparel means you won't have to go anywhere else for the perfect t-shirt, jersey, sweatshirt, or hat. The only collection of Duke merchandise in the world that actually comes to you directly from Duke University. DukeStore.com, where real Duke fans shop.
We've called a 60-second local break timeout. Then more Duke basketball. You're listening to the Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
Whether you're in the market for a new boat or just need service or accessories for an existing boat, turn to Overby Marine. Now with 2 locations in Kittrell and Lake Gaston, Overby Marine offers the highest quality of marine products and services, including the latest from Sea Ray, Centurion, Avalon, Bennington, as well as Cobalt boats. Overby Marine also offers the largest selection of parts in the region, along with full-service facilities at their 2 locations. Stop by or give them a call at 252-586-3593 or online at overbymarine.com. Overby Marine. Don't let adventure pass you by.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles juicy golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Duke University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of Duke University and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Duke University.
Blue Devils lead by 9 at the break, 46-37 over Alabama in the Elite 8 from the Prudential Center in Newark. Kyle Schatzberger inside Studio 21. They led by as many as 13 in that first half. It's 46-37 at the break. Let's take you through some of the top plays from the opening half. The Blue Devils found it early from downtown.
To the right, Knipple thought about a 3. Instead, he'll drive inside, spin on Amori, fade away, and it's too strong. Offensive board, Malawach out for a Knipple 3. Give it to him, and it's an 8-2 start here in Newark.
Great relocation pass by Malawach to wide open Knipple.
Blue Devils will go on to lead 13-5, but they were 3 of 3 from downtown and 5 of 6 overall from the floor and building out an 8-point lead. They would keep the advantage at 6 thanks to a couple of big-time dunks inside.
Foster across midcourt. Between the legs with a dribble, drifts to the right. Sends one up top for Gungba. Catches it high. Looking back door, nothing doing. Patrick going to put it on the deck. Back door, now Evans is open, and he punches it down with the right hand. One freshman to another, and the lead back to 6.
What a great feed that time by Patrick. Oh, boy.
Zion James, come on, Malawach, Con Knipple, and Isaiah Evans. Knipple's got it up top. Perling into the paint. A lob to come on, and you know how that goes.
We've seen that a lot. Con to come on.
25-19 the score. Con Knipple would take the advantage to 11 at 33-22.
Knipple into the paint. Spins to the middle. What a crafty move. He's got 2 and a free throw coming as well.
Blue Devils just went the length of the court with no hesitation. Con spinning right to the rim.
1 of 2 in double figures for the Blue Devils. Con Knipple leading everyone in scoring with 11 points. No double-figure scores for Alabama. Cooper Flagg the other with 10.
Back up top, Youngblood. 5 on the timer. Into the paint. Kicks to the corner. Nelson will have to fire with 3, and he missed it. Cooper's got the rebound. How about that defense? 2 players down behind the play. Malawach and Diabate. Meanwhile, Cooper going to work in the paint. He towers over Phylon, steps through, and lays it in. Timeout, Alabama, as the lead swells to 13. Cooper with 10 on the timer. Drifts to the right, takes the screen, goes inside, scores, and he's fouled. Went right into the chest of Aiden Sherrill, and Cooper's got a chance for three.
And Con Knipple really made that play.
46-35 the score there. 46-37 is the halftime score. John Roth has the numbers when we return to Newark.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown bar district.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Blue Devil Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
You're listening to Duke basketball in the NCAA tournament. Back to Newark in 60 seconds.
Think about the last time you moved. Remember how you said you'd never do it alone again? We know moving is tough, but at Two Men and a Truck, we make it easy. No matter the move, big or small, we'll make it a smooth one. We're the movers who care and will prove it with our 96% referral rate and courteous background check movers. We're local and affordable. We can help at a price that won't make you wish you'd done it on your own. When you're ready, give us a call or find us online for a free estimate at twomenandatruck.com.
Enjoying the game but not the drink being spilled down your back or the foam finger poking you in the face? Well, head to the concession stand, grab a Lindy's Italian Ice, and take a 6-ounce vacation. A 6-ounce cup of lemon Italian Ice will make you feel like you're swaying in a hammock, and the only thing in your face is a cool, salty breeze. That ought to have you refreshed. Now get your head back in the game and start belting out blue and white with the youthful exuberance of the freshman behind you. Yes, the same one that keeps spilling his drink down your back. Lindy's Italian Ice. Have an ice day.
Number 1 seed Duke 46, number 2 seed Alabama 37. At the break, halftime stats presented by Steel. Trusted Steel power in the palm of your hand. Visit your local Steel dealer or shop online at steelusa.com. Flag and Knipple, the two double-figure scores for Duke, 11 for Knipple and 10 for Flag. Also 8 for Proctor, 6 for Malawach, and 5 for Caleb Foster. Overall, a 56% shooting percentage from the field and 5 out of 9 from three-point range. That's also over almost 56%. And 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. So good shooting by the Blue Devils in that first half. Leading rebounder Flag with 5, and leading assist man so far is Gongba with 3 off the bench. On the Alabama side, didn't shoot quite as well as the Blue Devils, 40% overall, and just 5 out of 19 from three-point range. They were led by 6 points from Nelson and 6 off the bench from Sherrill on a couple of threes. 5 for Philon, their leading scorer on the season. Mark Sears held to just 1 field goal in that first half, 2 points, although he did have 4 assists to lead them in that category. And the Blue Devils out-rebounded Alabama 18-17. Turnovers kind of the only hiccup for Duke in that first half. 6 turnovers led to 9 Alabama points. So Blue Devils up by 9. We've got 20 minutes to go. One of these teams will be going to the Final Four. We'll bring it to you in just a couple of moments. You're listening to Duke basketball from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hey Duke fans, we want you to choose different and choose fun with Hi-Chew, the immensely fruity, intensely chewy candy that leaves your mouth watering with over 30 true-to-life flavors.
High Chew is available in sticks, peg bags, stand-up pouches, and unwrapped bites for when you're on the go. Head to your local grocery or convenience store to grab a bag, or search highchew.com to find High Chew candy near you. That's hi-chew.com.
Duke plays here.
Flying in, reverses it, up and in for two.
This is the Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
He'll fire, and it's good.
This is Duke head men's basketball coach John Shire. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. We offer full-service sports medicine care at locations throughout the Triangle, where you can see the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke.
The crowd loves that.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Off we go into the second half. The Blue Devils looking to get to the Final Four for an 18th time. They lead it by 9, 46-37. Cooper Flagg did his thing. He had 10 points to go along with 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block as well. Con Knippel poured in 11. He picked up an assist, and he led the team with 2 steals along the way. Malowacz led the way in blocks with 2. Made all 3 of his field goals. He had 6, and Tyrese Proctor had 8. And they lead by 9, 20 minutes away from San Antonio. Florida's already punched their ticket. Champions of the West Regional. This, the final game in the East Regional in Newark, New Jersey. David Schmidt alongside John Roth. John Rose, our producer and engineer, back inside our network studios. Kyle Schasberger. Alabama will have it first. We're going to watch the Blue Devils go right to left here in the second half as we see things across from the Blue Devils bench courtside here at the Prudential Center. Starters back out there for head coach John Shire, as they are for Alabama. And it's Youngblood jumping up over Cooper for 3. No, and the rebound for Malowacz. So a stop and a chance to add to a 9-point lead. James across midcourt, greeted by Youngblood. Waits. Sion. Leaves it for Cooper. Drifts to the right, comes off of a screen. Cooper space to shoot if he wants to. Comes off another screen from Knippel. Penetrates, spins back to the middle, drives inside, waits, plants the foot, steps through, fades away, left it short. Malowacz tapped the rebound now, and a foul coming on Alabama. No, it's on Kamon. All he did was tap the ball. And that's the first on Malowacz.
There were a couple of Crimson Tide players down there, but it looked like he had a clean shot at tipping the ball out of that traffic.
And John Shire in disbelief talking to the baseline official. So Alabama gets it back, 19:20 to go. The Blue Devils lead by 9. Here's Sears across midcourt, drifts to the left, trying to turn the corner on James, fed it into the corner. Philon going to take a 3 in front of his own bench and hit it. Navarro Philon has 8, and Alabama as close as they've been in a while. They're back within 6. It's 46-40, a minute into the second stanza.
It's the 6th 3 they made, coming off a game where they made 25 on Friday.
James on the left, fit in the pocket to Cooper. The lob to Malowacz, tic-tac-toe, and he dunks it down to build the lead back to 8. 48-40. 18:47 to go. Philon on the right, going to take another one. Too strong this time. They tap the rebound out. Proctor's got it. Tyrese across midcourt. Going to wait for help and set up the offense. Feeds it to Cooper, top of the key. He'll launch. Too strong. And the rebound inside for Amori for Alabama. So it's still 48-40. Sears trying to come off a couple of screens. Philon's in possession. Fed it to the right. Amori's got it now, and now Sears again. Comes off of a screen set by Amori. Probing left side of the paint. Steps through, floats, and didn't get the roll. Malowacz has the rebound. And James across midcourt. Trying to add to this 8-point cushion with 18:10 to go. Cooper top of the key. Looking to the left. Waiting. Still waiting. Looks to the right now. Sends it to the left. Proctor, room to shoot. Can't hit a 3. The rebound chased down by Youngblood for Alabama. Knocked out of bounds, they say, by James. I'm not sure he knocked it out of bounds, but he might have fouled Youngblood. So either way, you'd rather have him out of bounds than a foul tagged on Sion James.
No real foul trouble for the Blue Devils coming out of halftime. Gungba picked up 2 in the first half. Nobody else with more than 1.
Phylon across midcourt. 48-40 still. 17:50 to go. Drifts to the right. Room to shoot. Backs out into the corner. Opts not to. James there defensively. Sends it up top for Sears. 35 feet out. Knipple defending. Trying to drive him. Cut off there. Probes. Reloads. Floats with the left hand. Missed it. Weak side rebound. James has it. And here comes Cooper across midcourt in possession. Waits, sends it to the right. There's Sion James. Now Proctor into the corner. Deflected. It came to Knipple. Kahn to Proctor. Off the window and in. Outstanding passing. And Proctor's into double figures with 10. 50-40. Duke by 10. 17-17 to go. Across midcourt to Sears. Driving on Knipple. Cut off. Set it back up top. Amori back for Sears. Steps up from 3. Can't hit. Long rebound chased down by Knipple. And a chance to add to a 10-point lead with 17 minutes to go. James drifts to the right. Sears defending. And bounces one for Proctor. Tyrese off of the screen set by Maluach. Probing, lobs it to the big fella. Too tall though. And Amori out of there with the loose basketball.
Great opportunity, just couldn't quite connect.
Sears comes off of a screen set by Amori. Probes right side of the paint to the hoop. Bounced it off for Amori, who missed a dunk. Good contest by Maluach. And Cooper out of there with the basketball. Cooper across midcourt, drives, got a step, goes inside, got it blocked, and Alabama out there with the basketball. The block for Grant Nelson, and the Crimson Tide down by 10 in transition. Sears in the right corner, takes a 3 and hits it, and Alabama's back within 7.
Sears' first 3 of this game after making 10 on Friday. He's come out firing here in this second half, missed his first 3, but knocked that one in.
50-43, 16:05 to go. Proctor open on the right, opts not to shoot, probing. Waiting, bounces one for James. And now to the left it goes in Knipple. The drive on Sears. He's got a step to the baseline, puts it off the window and in. Softly for Knipple, and he's got 13. 52-43, 15:48 to go. Phylon waits, top of the key, sends it to the right. It's Youngblood into the paint on Knipple, steps through, takes the contact, counted in a foul. I think that'll be on Knipple. The Blue Devil bench wanted to travel. Instead, a 3-point play opportunity as Knipple picks up number 2. Let's take a break. 15:38 to go. I should say the Blue Devils lead at 52-45.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoDuke.
For more information, find your local independent insurance agent at insure-agent.com.
Hey Duke fans, want to enhance your game day experience? Poetry Finance, official digital banking partner of Duke Athletics, is here to help. With Poetry, managing your finances is a breeze. Just download the Poetry app to discover how Poetry Finance can help you. Poetry Finance, write your own future. Start now. Financial tools for everyone. Let us help you get started at poetryfinance.com. That's poetryfinance.com.
Cut time, cut costs, cut grass. Double your runtime with free extra battery deals on Steel tools and cut through your spring cleaning to-do list. Mow, trim, cut, prune. Do it all with Steel battery. Find your deal at your local Steel dealer or shop online at steelusa.com. Get a free extra battery with select Steel tool set. Set includes battery and charger. Extra batteries up to $160 MSRP value. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Duke basketball in the NCAA tournament against Alabama is brought to you by Duke Stores. Shop.duke.edu, where real Duke fans shop.
15:38 to go in this one. The Blue Devils by 7, 52-45. David Shoemate alongside John Roth. John Rose, our producer and engineer, back inside our network studios. Is Kyle Schaffsberger. Plenty of offense between these two, as we expected. The Blue Devils hit the century mark against Arizona. It was the 5th time in the NCAA tournament they've done so. First time since 1993. Kind of hard to believe. And their highest scoring game in a regional semifinal.
Wow.
Of course, both of these teams have hit the century mark with regularity this year, as the Blue Devils have hit 100 points on 5 different occasions. Alabama obviously averaging 91.4 points per game. They've had 90 or more points 20 times this year, the most in Division I. And they do it largely with the three-point shot. 10 or more threes 19 times, 20 or more twice, including in their last game against BYU. But tonight they're 7 of 23.
And I think they've hit the 100-point mark 9 times this year.
And they will be at the free throw line out of the timeout as Con Knipple picked up his second. The starters stay out there for head coach Jon Scheyer. The lead is 7. It's been as big as 13. And it'll be Youngblood shooting a free throw. Alabama tonight is 4 of 4 at the stripe. And Youngblood, a very good free throw shooter at 80%. And the right-handed free throw shooter sends it on the way and makes it. So a 6-point game, 52-46. Sion James across midcourt, and now some of the Alabama fans come to their feet, and the Blue Devil faithful respond in kind. James looking to the right, bounces one for Knipple, faces up on Sears. Nice screen from Malawach. He'll drive inside, float it to the big fella, and he rocks the rim. Malawach into double figures. He's got 10. 54-46, 15-20 to go. Sears on the right, Malawach contesting there. Sears drifts to the left, backpedals top of the key. Dancing, sends it to the left. Nelson can't shoot over Cooper. Tries to drive him, pushed off again. Offensive foul. They called it the second time, and a turnover for the Crimson Tide is their 7th.
Yeah, he got a bit of a break the first time. Wasn't a hard enough of a push, I guess, but the second one, clear crash into Cooper to knock him over, and that's a turnover for the Crimson Tide, and the Blue Devils now have a chance to go back on the attack.
Cooper Flagg rubbing his belly, trying to catch his breath as he got rocked into by Nelson at 6'11", 230. And a Let's Go Duke chant is broken out here at the Prudential Center. James across midcourt. Waiting. Looking up top, there's Knipple. Off of the screen set by Malawach. Probing, Con into the paint, lobbed it again, off the front of the rim and out. The lob didn't work. The rebound loose, out of bounds, last touch by Alabama. As it ricocheted off the foot of Diabate. That lob was a little bit higher. I think Kalman would have had another punch. They'll reset the shot clock to 20, 14:48 to go, and Duke up by 8. As we see Patrick Ungba come back into the ballgame, Malawach will get a breather. And a change for Alabama as well as Amori will return, and Grant Nelson will head out. Knipple inbound in front of his own bench. Up top, Cooper. Right back to Con. Curling on the left side. Got it on Sears. Looking for space in the paint. Backs him down. Steps through. Put it up. And couldn't score. Got his own rebound, and he's fouled and will shoot 2. And the foul will be on Amori, and that's his second.
And that's the value of just staying with the play. Even though Con missed that first shot, he did not bow out. Continued on, grabbed the rebound, and stayed tough in traffic and drew the foul.
And as he heads to the line, we remind you the Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Get More program. For each free throw the Blue Devils make in tonight's game, Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank. Knipple, the leading scorer with 13 so far. Make it 14 as he hits the first free throw. At 20 against Arizona, including 8 of 9 at the line. As Proctor will get a breather and Caleb Foster will return. Caleb had 5 in that first half. See if Con can build a lead back to double figures. He can with the second free throw. 56-46, 14:37 to go, and here come the Duke fans making some noise. Sears off of a screen, shovel to the left for Holloway. Can't shoot over Cooper Flagg. Probing behind the back with a dribble. Had to collect it. Drives again. Left baseline under the hoop. Skipped it to the right for a Youngblood 3. That's no good. They fight for the rebound. Alabama has it. Amori out for a wide open Sears. Can't hit a 3 up top, and James has the rebound. So the Blue Devils dodge a bullet there. The lead's still 10. Sears, though, was a good 3 feet behind the arc, John Roth, with plenty of space up top.
He doesn't hesitate to let it fly either.
James, 6 minutes deep into the second half, leading by 10. Holds out near the center circle. Sion works his way to the right slowly. 10 to shoot. Still waiting. Cooper coming free up top, faces up, wants to drive, got to step inside, got it blocked from behind. The loose basketball out of there with it is Alabama and Youngblood. Racing across midcourt with a right-hand dribble, drives inside, floats with the right hand and scores. Youngblood's into double figures, and Alabama's back within 8, 56-48 with 13:37 to go. Alabama now with 5 blocks in the ball game. The Blue Devils with 3. Here's James. Surveys the defense. Everybody getting loose inside. James drifts to the right, looking back to the left. Shot clock's at 13. Sion bounces one for Knipple. Into the paint he goes. In on Amori. Hesitation move. Steps through once, twice. Fades away. Can't hit. And the rebound out of there for Diabate. Alabama racing across midcourt. Holloway on the right. Takes the 3 over Knipple. Can't hit. Cooper's got the rebound. He wants to push it the other way. Across midcourt. Now he goes on the drive. Got to step on Sears. Whistle. And a foul is called. And that'll be the first on Mark Sears.
Cooper came up court with the ball, hesitated around midcourt, and then turned on the Jets to try to make a move toward the basket and drew the foul.
James will head out. Proctor will return. So let's set the 5 on the floor for you. It's Caleb Foster, Tyrese Proctor, Con Knipple, Cooper Flagg, and Patrick Gungba. With 12:59 to go, and the Blue Devils leading by 8. They have missed their last 4 shots from the field, though. And another substitution for Alabama is Darion Reed is coming in. Diabate has headed out. Sears has also left. We'll set the 5 for them. It's Reed, Holloway, Stevenson, Philon, and Youngblood. Foster to inbound. Cooper fell down into his own bench. They bounce it into the corner for Gungba. Plenty of time, 22 to shoot. Cooper back to his feet now. Gungba trying to get it to him. Hands it to him. On the right, off of the screen. Flagg attacks. Free throw line. Jumper wedges between the bracket and the backboard. The alternating possession will keep it on this end of the floor. The dreaded wedgie.
Oh, boy.
Here in the Elite 8. And they'll reset the shot clock to 20, but the Blue Devils do lose the arrow on that exchange. Caleb will inbound left baseline.
And Cooper's still looking for his first points here of this second half after having 10 at the break. He's going to get a break right now himself, though.
And as Mason Gillis re-enters, Cooper Flagg will have a seat. Gillis in that first half played just shy of 3 minutes. Did not score. As Gungba going to work inside. Backing down on Sherrill. Takes him into the paint. Steps through. Goes up. A lot of contact. He'll shoot 2. And Sherrill picks up his second. Nice strong post move for Patrick Gungba. And he's headed to the line. Where this year he is 23 of 31. 4th team foul on the Crimson Tide. The Blue Devils have been whistled for 2. Not many free throws to speak of in this game. Duke is 7 of 8. And Alabama is 5 of 5. And Gungba's first is good.
So his first points of the game, but he certainly had an impact on the offensive stat sheet in that first half with the team best 3 assists.
You think going back to that ACC tournament game against Georgia Tech when obviously Malik Brown got injured in the first half, he's been averaging 8.5 per game these last 6 games, and the second free throw comes off. Gillis tapped the rebound. Knipple trying to save it. He could not as Foster had to go out of bounds. And Alabama will have it with 12:40 to play here, trailing by 9. You see how I caught that with 2 hands, John Roth?
I only had 1 hand. You
protecting
got 2.
the beverages here courtside.
Good job with the 2 hands.
As Alabama comes across midcourt. On the right, up top it comes for Holloway. Drives to the left, shoveled it off, cutting into the paint goes Reed, and he got it stripped out of there on the way up. Proctor with it for Foster on the right sideline. Took it into traffic, and the Blue Devils took it away. Foster into the paint on Holloway. He's knocked to the deck. And that'll be the first on Aiden Holloway.
Once again, Caleb Foster forcing the action, forcing their defense to try to make a decision, and that time they couldn't stop him. They fouled him.
Wasn't on the shot, so left inbound left baseline, but it was the 5th on Alabama here. So the Blue Devils closing in on the bonus. Foster to inbound, waits, looking up top, trying to find Gillis. That's not there either. Bounces it to Knipple, came wide open and laid it in. What an inbounds play. He's got 17, and the lead back to 11. 59-48 with 12:10 to go. Holloway on the left, ran into by Foster, and Caleb commits the foul. That'll be his first, and the 3rd on the Blue Devils.
Gets the so-called Bronx cheer from the Alabama fans.
They were whistled for the first couple here in the half. The Blue Devils called for the next, Blue Devils whistled for the first couple. Alabama called for the next several. And now Alabama picks up a 3rd foul on Duke here in the second half. Holloway looking to the left, wants to drive Foster. Got a step, trying to back him down, nothing doing. Comes off of the screen, probing, waiting. A handoff for Philon in front of Tyrese Proctor, 10 to shoot. Dancing, wants to drive, cut off, tries again. Goes inside, forced it up, didn't get the shot to go, but he was fouled by Tyrese. As they say, he reached in, and free throws coming for Alabama when we come back. That'll be the second foul on Tyrese Proctor. 11:50 to go. Blue Devils lead at 59-48.
It's tournament time for your Blue Devils. You can show your support of Duke all year long by purchasing authentic Duke merchandise from DukeStore.com. Our huge assortment of Duke apparel means you won't have to go anywhere else for the perfect t-shirt, jersey, sweatshirt, or hat. The only collection of Duke merchandise in the world that actually comes to you directly from Duke University. DukeStore.com, where real Duke fans shop.
Duke, Alabama.
Jumps up from three. Give it to him!
Back to Newark in 60 seconds.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
Enjoying the game but not the drink being spilled down your back or the foam finger poking you in the face? Well, head to the concession stand, grab a Lindy's Italian Ice, and take a 6-ounce vacation. A 6-ounce cup of lemon Italian Ice will make you feel like you're swaying in a hammock, and the only thing in your face is a cool, salty breeze. That ought to have you refreshed. Now get your head back in the game and start belting out blue and white with the youthful exuberance of the freshman behind you. Yes, the same one that keeps spilling his drink down your back. Lindy's Italian Ice. Have an ice day.
11:50 to go in this one. Duke by 11, 59-48. Taking on Alabama in the Elite Eight, looking to get to the Final Four for an 18th time. We remind you that Blue Devil Basketball is brought to you in part by Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter, where Blue Devil fans shop for groceries. Of course, the Blue Devils last went to the Final Four in 2022, Mike Krzyzewski's final season. That was in New Orleans. The time before that, they won the title in 2015. Trying to get to San Antonio. The Riverwalk awaits the winner. Alabama trying to get there for a second time in their program's history and their second time in as many seasons.
Of course, Duke's head coach John Shire was at both of those last two as one of Coach Mike Krzyzewski's assistant coaches, and he was at one his senior year as a player in 2010 when they won the Final Four and national championship.
In this round, the Blue Devils are 17-7 coming into this one. Their 25th appearance in the Elite Eight. 7-2 is the 1 seed, which they are tonight, the 1 seed in the East region. And it'll be Alabama shooting free throws out of the timeout. And it'll be Philon to shoot the pair. 76% on the year. Philon in the ballgame has 8. Alabama only has 1 in double figures. That's the Youngblood. He's got 10. The Blue Devils now with 3. As Knippel's got 4, Knippel's got 17. Proctor, Flagg, and Malawach each with 10. And the first free throw for Philon out of the timeout is good. So give him now 9 for the ball game.
Cooper Black back on the floor after the timeout.
He's out there with Kaman Malawach, Tyrese Proctor, Caleb Foster, Mason Gillis. As both free throws are good for Philon. Alabama has not missed at the free throw line tonight, and it's 59-50. They made all 7 of their attempts. Caleb across midcourt, 11:47 to go. Looks to the left, there's Tyrese Proctor. Underhand scoop for Caleb Foster. Looks back to the right, nobody home. Now here comes Proctor curling into the paint. Jumper up, good. Pure from 8 feet out. Proctor's got 12 and the lead back to 11. 61-50, 11 and a half minutes to go. Holloway at the other end. Gets some space on Foster. Drives left side of the paint on Gillis. Lost it to the deck trying to save it. Threw it into the corner. It came to Nelson. Outside read. A ball fake and a drive, and he's fouled on the pass. That'll be on Caleb Foster. That's his second. And now the Blue Devils have been whistled for 5. No Bronx cheer for the Alabama fans on that one.
Not that time.
I guess it's okay. Might be one coming from the Duke faithful here in a second.
That may be due.
11:19 to go, 5 apiece. The foul count here in the second half. We Reed inbound on the baseline, waiting. To the corner it goes. Off the inbound foul line. Backpedals to the free throw line. Drives Proctor. Steps through it back up top dangerously, but came to Holloway, who hoisted a three. Way too strong in the rebound for Proctor. I mean, they are not shy from 35 feet.
He was out there in Sears territory. Boy.
We approach 11 minutes to go. The Blue Devils by 11. They've led by as many as 13. Caleb looks to the left. Proctor comes to claim it. Faces up. Looks to the right now. Cooper can't shake free, so it's Gillis. Lob it to the left. Proctor has a step on Phylon to the paint. Off the window and in. The crafty moves of an upperclassman. And the lead back to 13. Phylon at the other end. 10:40 to go. Drives to the right. Between the legs on the dribble. Into the paint. Lobs it to Nelson. Catches in traffic. Out to Phylon for three. Rattled out. The rebound for Foster. 10:30 to go. 63-50 our score. Alabama is now 7 of 28 from three. Blue Devils have only taken 11 in this ballgame. They made 5 of them.
And the Blue Devils building a solid rebounding margin now, 30-24.
And it's Cooper flag just in front of us on the left sideline. Up top for Malawach. Now Caleb Foster has it on the right. 9 to shoot. Foster on the drive. Cut off. Fed it to Cooper flag on the right. 5 on the timer. 4 and 3. Into the paint to the left. Proctor a three. No. They fight for the rebound. Alabama has it with Nelson. We drip past the midway point of the second half. Duke by 13. Holloway at the other end up top will launch. Can't hit a three. Long rebound for Reed. A kick out for Phylon on the left. And that one is good. The three for Phylon gives him 13. And it brings the Crimson Tide back within 10 with 9:40 to go.
That was their 30th three-point attempt in this game. They've taken 22 two-pointers.
As the Blue Devils come across midcourt, Caleb Foster will use the timeout. It'll extend to a full. We'll take it as well. 9:31 to go. Duke 63, Alabama 53.
Oh, what a great camping trip for the Williams family. It was epic, Zach. And this week's MVP was their 2024 Ford Bronco SUV, Matt. Absolutely. It hauled everything and everyone to this great spot by the lake. And get them back in time for the big game. Yeah, let's go! Let's go. With the Ford Bronco or Bronco Sport SUV on your team, it's game on. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Which of us, detective, do you suspect is the millionaire?
The evidence is everywhere. Your diamond necklace, Monty's new yacht, and the butler's new convertible. Admit it, you're all Maximilian scratch-off winners.
Of course we are. With 25 prizes of $1 million, you could be too.
New Maximilian from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 2.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
FanDuel Sports Network is your new home for your home teams.
That's what I'm talking about!
Watch all the big hits.
Oh, mercy!
Big shots.
What a dime!
Big goals.
He scores!
All in one place.
Are you kidding me?
For coverage of Blue Devils athletics, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Charlotte Hornets, visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com today and watch all season long.
Welcome back to Newark, where Duke leads Alabama 63-53 with 9:31 to go in the second half. Let's check out those in-game stats presented by Steel. Trusted Steel power in the palm of your hand. Visit your local Steel dealer or shop online at steelusa.com. 4 of the 5 Blue Devils starters are in double figures as we head down the stretch of this contest, led by Con Knipples 17, Tyrese Proctor with 14, and Flag and Malawach with 10 apiece. Flag leading and rebounding with 7, and then a whole bunch of guys have 3 assists. Flag, Knipple, Foster, and Gongba. So a good passing day for the Blue Devils thus far. 16 assists on their 25 made field goals. Overall shooting here in the second half, Blue Devils at 41%, 7 out of 17, but their defense has limited Alabama to just 29%, 5 out of 17. One thing to point out, Alabama just knocked down a 3. That was their 8th 3 in 30 attempts in this contest. They do rank 8th in the country in three-pointers attempted in a game. They averaged attempting 29.8 per game, so they're right at their average right now with still 9:31 to go. And they are 11th in three-pointers made per game at 10.6, so just a touch below that average. But with those kind of numbers, you know that they're a threat to erupt at any time with a couple of threes and change the complexion of this game, which right now the Blue Devils lead by 10 with 9:31 to go.
Almost Satch mentioned, how about the 16 assists with 4 different guys with 3? Cooper, Kahn, Caleb, and Gungbo. And the Blue Devils in possession out of the timeout. Sion James out there with Kahn Knippel, Tyrese Proctor, Cooper Flagg, and Kaman Malawach. The starters back on the floor, 9:25 to go. Off of a screen set by Cooper. James fed it back to Cooper Flagg on the right. Here comes another screen from Proctor. Back to the left. Tyrese has it. Bobbled it. Settles himself with 12 on the topper. Drifts to the right. Had it poked away. Stolen by Philon. A race to the other end on Flagg. Got it blocked. But a foul is called, and he'll shoot 2. That'll be the second on Cooper Flagg. As they say, he got him on the arm. Philon back to his feet. And he's got a chance to go to the line with the Blue Devils leading by 10 and 9:11 to go.
Going for the spectacular block on the fast break and just about got it, but a little contact there as well.
The Blue Devils had been taking better care of the basketball here in the second half. They had 6 turnovers at halftime. That was just their second, but a costly one. And now Philon back to the line where he's made his only 2 attempts tonight, and Alabama is yet to miss. They hit their free throws as a team at a 71.9% clip. Officials giving Philon time to collect himself. Good to see him back to his feet after that fall, and the first free throw is good. He averages 10 per game. He's got 14 to lead them in scoring right now. And a second attempt can bring Alabama back with an 8. On the way. They finally missed one, and Cooper's got the rebound. His 8th of the ball game. 63-54, 9-point cushion, 9:04 to go. James on the right, looking for Knippel. Lobs it further ahead for Malawach. Now a handoff for Knippel, curling off the screen set by Kaman. Kahn on the drive, into the paint, backing down Nelson. Lost it, got it back. Cooper's got it now, 10 to shoot. Back for Kahn up top. He'll drive Nelson to the baseline, found a cutter, and James to punch it down.
Kahn's penetration drew the defense, and James came down on the other side of the lane, wide open for the finish.
65-54, 8.5 minutes to go. Nelson crossing over on Proctor, nearly lost it. Back up top it comes. Diabate dribbles to the right, around Nelson. Proctor has him down a switch, trying to back him down into the paint. Steps through, got it blocked. They're going to say a goaltend, and they'll review it. But man, that looked clean. And the Blue Devil bench apoplectic.
Cooper going high to disrupt that shot, and it looked like he knocked it away, but perhaps it was over the cylinder. I don't know.
8:24 to go for the moment they counted, and it's 65-56 as Diamante gets credited with the bucket. His first points of the second half. He's got 4 for the ball game. Flag across midcourt, 65-56. Looking up top, finds Kahn Knippel. Off of a screen set by Malawach. Kahn going to work, dancing with Nelson. Into the paint, spins right by him, goes up, lays it up, no, and no whistle. And then a foul on who? On the Blue Devils? The Blue Devil bench is apoplectic. They called it on Knippel. That's his 3rd. I don't think he touched him, and we'll walk to the other end to shoot 1-1.
Would love to see that one again, because it looked like the Alabama player just lost control of the ball before he went heading up court, and they felt like they needed to call something.
And that's 3 on Kahn Knippel. And that is 5 consecutive fouls in this ballgame that have been called on the Blue Devils. As Philon's front end of the 1-1 is good. 65-57, 8:03 to go. And the second for the freshman out of Mobile, Alabama is good. 65-58. 8 minutes to go. The Blue Devils by 7 here in Newark. Cooper across midcourt. Waiting. Up top, Malawach now. Looks to the right, fed Sion James. Sion looking inside. Waiting. Puts it on the deck. Half the shot clock is gone. Now Cooper Flagg has it. Nelson defending him. Cooper bobbled it, got it back. Now Sears has him on a switch. Drives to the baseline, cut off, bobbled it, got it again. 4 to shoot. Spins on Sears, goes up through contact and scores. Undeterred. He's got 12, his first points of the second half. Build the lead back to 9 with 7:27 to go.
Not clean, but very effective.
Sears into the corner with Nelson. Dancing with Cooper Flag. A handoff for Diabate. Curling. Runs into Cooper. Steps through. Wild shot. Missed everything. It came to Nelson. Around and out. And Knippel has it now. We approach 7 minutes to play with Duke up by 9. Flag across midcourt. Greeted by Diabate. Let's go Duke is the chant here at the Prudential Center. It's Cooper up top. Waiting. Proctor trying to get loose on the left. He'll drive into the paint. Lost it. It came to Maluach to throw it down. 69-58. An 11-point lead. 6:44 to go. Sears at the other end. Drives James. Nearly lost it. A foul is called. You've got to be kidding. Sion picks up his first. Free throws for Alabama when we come back. 6:39 to go. Duke up 69-58. He'll fire, and it's good.
This is Duke head men's basketball coach John Shire. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. We offer full-service sports medicine care at locations throughout the Triangle, where you can see the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke.
The crowd loves that.
Follow the Blue Devils on and off the hardwood at Duke MBB. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and more. This is Duke basketball from Learfield.
Whether you're in the market for a new boat or just need service or accessories for an existing boat, turn to Overbee Marine. Now with 2 locations in Kittrell and Lake Gaston, Overbee Marine offers the highest quality of marine products and services, including the latest from Sea Ray, Centurion, Avalon, Bennington, as well as Cobalt boats. Overbee Marine also offers the largest selection of parts in the region, along with full-service facilities at their 2 locations. Stop by or give them a call at 252-586-3593 or online at overbeemarine.com. Overbee Marine. Don't let adventure pass you by.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Blue Devils lead by 11, 69-58, 6:39 to go in this Elite 8 showdown between Duke and Alabama from Newark. Come on, Maluach, helping the Blue Devils to an 11-point lead.
Let's go Duke is the chant here at the Prudential Center. It's Cooper up top. Waiting. Proctor trying to get loose on the left. He'll drive into the paint. Lost it. It came to Maluach to throw it down.
Come on with the dunk. 12 points for him as he is one of 4 in double figures for the Blue Devils. Colin Knippel with 17 to pace all scores. 11-point ball game, 69-58, 6:39 mark of the second half. David.
All right, Kyle, thank you. As we remind you, this game between Duke and Alabama is presented by Duke Stores. Visit shop.duke.edu where real Duke fans shop. They went to the monitor and reviewed that goaltend call during the timeout, and it looks like that call is going to stand. As Terry Oglesby is going to announce it here in the arena, we'll get the official word. As the Blue Devil lead has been trimmed to 11.
After review, the goaltending call has been confirmed.
And Alabama back to the free throw line, where they've spent a good bit of time here in the second half. 6 of 7 at the line here in the second half, and more free throws coming, this time for Sears, shooting a 1-and-1. And as John Rawl told you earlier, he is not the guy you want at the line. 85%. I believe these will be his first attempts of the night, looking for his 200th make on the season. That's tied for 7th in the country.
But they wanted to keep him off the line, and they've gotten to this point in the game, 6:39 to go before he's stepped up to the free throw line. So that part's been a success of the defense so far.
Front end of the 1-and-1 came off, but an offensive rebound for Stevenson in traffic. Dribbled, fell out of bounds, but he called the timeout first. So Alabama will have it back. We break for 30, 6:36 to go, and the Blue Devils still lead it by 11.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Blue Devil Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
So 6:36 to go in our ball game. The Blue Devils by 11, 69-58. Each team now with 2 timeouts remaining, a full and a 30. Alabama does have the possession arrow. They've been in the bonus for a while. The next common foul will be a 1-and-1 for them, as Blue Devils have been whistled for 8. Duke not in the bonus as of yet. Alabama's only been whistled for 5 with 6:36 to go. No real foul trouble to speak of for either side. Knippel's got 3. He's the only one with 3 or more. And Alabama off their 10th offensive rebound will have the basketball underneath their own hoop on the baseline to our right, left side of the rim. Malawach will contest the inbound. Phylon, a little bit of ball fake, trying to get it in, having a hard time. Lobs it into the corner for Stevenson. Swings it low, sends it back up top for Phylon. Off of a screen set by Youngblood. Actually, Youngblood never really did set the screen. Just came through a couple of bodies. Now he has it on the drive on Malawach. Scooped it up, missed it. James has the rebound. Bodies crash behind the play. Knippel back to his feet. 6:20 to go. The lead still 11, 69-58. And now the Duke faithful come to their feet. Cooper looks to the right. Bounces one for Knippel between his legs, trying to save it from behind. He's tied up in the alternating possession. We'll give it back to Alabama. Just slipped. And the Crimson Tide get it back with 6:06 to go.
The ball slipped and he slipped, and we had a tie-up.
9th turnover. As Youngblood will head out, and Darion Reed comes back in for Alabama. Well, the good thing about that is now the Blue Devils will have the possession arrow back in their favor. But Mark Sears has the basketball. At 34 against BYU, the Blue Devils have held him to 5 tonight with under 6 minutes to go. Stevenson to the left. Nelson holds it high, trying to drop Malawach into the paint. Tough scoop, came off. James the rebound. And with 5:45 to go, the lead is still 11. See if the Blue Devils can get a bucket, though.
They've been having a tough time driving that lane on Malawach.
James drives to the left, fed it back to Cooper on the right. He'll go to work on Reed, get down low, behind the back pass to James, drives inside, goes up, and he'll shoot 2. As the foul on Nelson will be his 3rd. And Nelson unaware that Alabama can be called for a foul here in the second half in disbelief as Blue Devils head to the line.
How about the pass, though, from Cooper Flagg driving inside, and Sion James was left wide open at the top of the key, and so Cooper just threw it behind his back.
He's so skilled, John Roth, and such an adept passer with everything else that's in the bag of tricks.
Yeah, and so skilled in all the different facets of the game, passing being a primary one.
As the first free throw for James is good. We remind you that Sharp Business System sets the same standard of excellence in office equipment as the Blue Devils do in basketball. Count on Sharp for state-of-the-art office equipment. Sharp, changing the way companies do business. So Sion now with 7. The lead 12. Can he make it 13? Rimmed off. And the rebound for Alabama. 70-58, 5:25 to go. The intensity, the tension building here at the Prudential Center. Phylon, right side of the floor. Dribbles back up top. Malawach on him, gave it up to Sears. Now Kamon has Sears on a switch. They send it over to the left and Phylon. 13 on the timer. Back to the right, Sears from 35. Can't hit a 3. Battle for the rebound. Knippel has it, and a foul on Alabama will be their 7th. Will walk to the other end to shoot 1-and-1.
Blue Devils crashing the boards. They've got a 35-30 rebounding margin in this contest. Defensive rebound, that time a key one for Con Knippel.
The foul is on Diabate. It gives us a chance to tell you the Blue Devil basketball is brought to you in part by Poetry Finance. Write your own future with Poetry. Poetry Finance, official online banking partner of Duke Athletics.
And David, this is one of those games where everybody's had to rebound, and the guards have done just as much as the big guys. Proctor with 5 boards, Knippel now with 5, and Sion James with 6. So the guards are doing a great job of getting those boards in this contest.
And Knippel continues to do his thing at the charity stripe. He's now got 18. 71-58 with 5:06 to go. And now the second is on the way, and they got their biggest lead of the night at 14. 72-58 as we approach 5 minutes to play. The head coach says to this partisan Duke crowd, get on your feet. Here's Philon, nearly walked up top. Over to the left, Diabate. And now Philon again. Comes off of a screen to the left. Knipple has him on a switch. Tries to drive. Tough to. No! Maluach has the rebound to the deck, and he's called for a travel.
Oh.
There's a reason he traveled. He was tackled by Diabate. At worst case, John Roth, that should have been a tie-up.
At worst case, a tie-up. They both had their hands on the ball going to the ground, and why that goes as a turnover to Maluach, I do not know.
The Blue Devil bench apoplectic, but you got to bare your head. The head coach just kind of slaps either side of his face in disbelief. And Alabama catches a huge break with 4:43 to go. They get a fresh 20. Reed is the inbounder on the right baseline, left side of the hoop. Waiting, still waiting. Trying to find somebody up top. Nobody's open. 5-second count getting up there. They say he got it in. Stevenson on James. Into the paint. Throws his head back. Didn't get the whistle. Kicks to the right. Now up top, Philon and Sears on the left. Runs into Cooper Flag. Nothing doing. 10 to shoot. Tries to drive him. Goes inside and walks. They turn it over. And a big-time fist pump for the head coach.
Blue Devil, great defense on Mark Sears, their best player, their best ball handler. You knew he was going to try to make something happen. The Blue Devils just would not allow it.
How about the defense for Cooper Flag at 6'9"? He towers over Sears at 6'1". Never gave him a clean look. And now Knipple across midcourt, leading by 14. Let's go Duke is the chant here in Newark. Cooper holding to the left of the center circle. Going to work on Reed. Now he'll back out and waste some more time. 12 on the timer. Ready to go now. Nods the head to Maluach. Up top, it's Knipple. Probing into the paint. The lob. Kamon had it taken away, and here comes Alabama. In transition, Philon waits for the trailer. Sears on the right. 4 minutes to go. He'll drive Proctor once, twice. Step through. Offensive foul. He pushed off, and Proctor drew the charge.
Proctor's been hounding him all night, and that time he couldn't take it anymore. Pushed him away, trying to get to the basket.
Timeout on the floor. 3:57 to go. Duke 72 and Alabama 58.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
It's that time of year again. My schedule is packed with bracket-busting, three-point shooting, non-stop basketball action. I don't want to miss a second of it. That's why I go for a 5-hour energy shot. They're perfect for my days packed with back-to-back games or when my favorite team's playing late. 5-hour energy keeps me going during the broadcast and the next morning when I need to get myself up and to work. Visit 5hourenergy.com for great deals and to stock up before tip-off.
Love about spring? It's the season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store or Kohls.com for details.
3:57 to go in this one. The Blue Devils by 14, 72-58 over Alabama. As we remind you, the Blue Devil basketball is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. John Roth, rightfully so, here in the postseason, really the ACC tournament, I'd say in the NCAA tournament as well. It's been in vogue to talk about the Blue Devil offense, and the offense has been really good all year long, don't get me wrong, particularly the second half of the season. But tonight, a return to their roots. An Alabama team that scored 113 in the Sweet 16 against BYU, sitting on 58. John Shire's group has done it with defense.
They certainly have. It's almost unimaginable to think that this Alabama team's only at 58 points here with 3:57 to go. They've only scored 21 in this half. They had 37 in the first half. The Blue Devils have done a nice job of stopping their shots combined with forcing a few turnovers. Alabama hasn't just thrown it away. They've had 10 turnovers. The Blue Devils have turned those into 11 points. But really, the Blue Devils here in the second half have limited them to 6 out of 24 from the floor, 25%. Half of those have been three-point shots, and they have the three-point shot in their arsenal, and they could come out and make a few of those and tighten this up. But right now, the Blue Devil defense is holding sway here at Newark.
And the starters hit the floor, leading by 14, 72-58, with 3:57 to go, and they will be in possession. Each team has been whistled for 8 fouls now. The possession error resides with the Blue Devils, and each team has 2 timeouts remaining, a full and a 30. Alabama's lowest scoring total of the season was 64 in a home game against Ole Miss. Only time they've been held below 70 this year. Cooper facing full court pressure, lobs it to the right, and James now ahead for Knipple, and they'll run some offense. As Cooper has it top of the key. Being swiped at a couple of different times by Stevenson, and now the foul is given. And that'll be the first on Jaron Stevenson, and this will be the final 1-and-1 as Cooper Flagg will head to the line with 3:45 to go.
Cooper held to, so far, 2 points in this half, but boy, he's done just about everything else. He's got rebounds, assists, attacking opposing players when they get inside with shot blocks and not letting them get to the rim, and certainly defending Sears very well a couple of moments ago on a mismatch. And so he's got a lot done here in this game, and now going to the free throw line.
I think you need to limit it to this game. He's got a lot done this season.
Right now trying to extend a 7-0 Duke run. Alabama hasn't scored in over 4 minutes.
And the front end of the 1-and-1 is good. He's got that in the arsenal as well. 13 points now tonight. And he can build the lead to 16 with 3:45 to go. On the way. Good. Alabama's never out of it because they can fire threes with the best of them. But the Blue Devils have a 16-point cushion. We're under 4 minutes to go. Philon lost it on the sideline. They turn it over. Knipple to the deck. Able to save it for Proctor. And the Blue Devils get another takeaway. Cooper across midcourt. 3.5 minutes to go in Newark. Sends it to the right and see on James. Proctor now. Defended by Holloway. Spins. No reason to hurry. Shot clock's at 12. Up top, Cooper Flagg. He's been the story all season long. Goes to the deck. Keeps the dribble alive. In on Sears. Spins. Goes up. Good night. Cooper Flagg takes the lead to 18 with just over 3 minutes to go. On the right, Youngblood into the corner. Sears. Waits. Dancing with James. Goes inside and scoops. Can't hit. Malawach has the rebound. And a foul coming on Alabama. And now the Duke faithful really starting to enjoy themselves here in Newark. 2:52 to go. And you had to know it was going to be Cooper Flagg with perhaps the knockout blow.
And certainly that falling down hook shot that he just made was one of those blows he's had in this game. 11-0 now, the Blue Devils on this current run, and Alabama, it's hard to believe they haven't scored in over 5 minutes.
It is if you're watching this defense go to work. It is believable.
Unbelievable, yeah.
And it'll be Malawach to shoot 2 into the double bonus now. By the way, Cooper on the cusp of a double-double. He's got 16 and 8. And the right-handed free throw shooter Malawach rattles home the first. Cooper and Kahn combined for 50 in the Sweet 16. They've combined for 35 in the Elite 8. And Malawach trying to take the lead to 20. Got them both. 78-58, 2:50 to go. Holloway dancing, whistle. What do we got? Foul off the ball. It's on Knipple. And that's his fourth, and that's not what you want to do. Sending Alabama to the line for a 1-and-1. We'll see who the shooter is because it was well away from the play. It's going to be Sears. He missed the front end of the 1-and-1 earlier. Been limping a little bit at times tonight. I've noticed Mark Sears, who had 34 in the Sweet 16, but he's 2 of 11 tonight, 1 of 5 from 3, 5 points, and it's clear to see John Roth courtside. The length of the Blue Devils has really bothered him.
It certainly has, and the Blue Devils coming into the game, you know he's a first-team All-America. He's had a great year, and they're doing everything they can to try to limit him, and they've just tried to make him work for everything he's gotten, and he has.
Run into the 1-and-1 is good, and that ends the 13-0 run. It's the first point for Alabama in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. That is how you punch a ticket to the Final Four. Championship-level defense.
No question.
Roger Ayers with a quick word for Diabate, and one more for Sears. On the way. Came off. Malawach has the rebound. 78-59, 2:42 to go. Alabama providing full court pressure. The Blue Devils break it easily with Cooper Flagg. He rides into the paint, peels out, going to run some clock. He is such a smart basketball player. James has it now. Double team, spinning, needs some help. Has a timeout. If he needs it, he'll use one here. And we'll keep it here with 2:28 to go. And the Blue Devils leading 78-59. See, Kyle's always on me. I wanted to talk, but it's just past 11 o'clock. All right, 10 seconds for station identification. This is Duke basketball from Learfield. Back here in Newark, the game that was billed as two of the hottest offenses in the country in the tournament. Alabama scored 113 on Thursday night. The Blue Devils backed it up with the century mark, hitting 100 in a win over Arizona. But it was the first time all year they'd given up more than 80. They gave up 93. You think John Shire challenged his defense? Alabama came in as the best scoring team in the country, 91.4 points per game. Rother, they're sitting on 59 with 2:28 to go.
It's hard to believe. And when you hold a team to 6 field goals in a whole half, that's kind of what you're going to get. I mean, 22 points in this half is almost unfathomable for their offense.
James will be the inbounder along the right sideline. Starter still out there. Knipple, Malawach, Proctor, and Flagg. And Sion's ready to go. Sion lobs it into backcourt. Cooper has it. 13 to shoot as he goes to work on Nelson. Drives to the left. Got inside a lob. That pass was deflected by Diabate. Here's Alabama the other way with 2:20 to go. Diabate to the rim on James. Whistle, no whistle. The layup is good. And Diabate has 6. So it's 78-61 with 2:10 to go. The clock rolling as James is set to inbound. Full court pressure for Alabama. Sion trying to get it to Cooper. He's got it now. Diabate all over him. Cooper got airborne, threw it to Malawach at midcourt. It's stolen by Nelson. In on Cooper Flagg. Lefty scoop is good. And just like that, Alabama's back within 15.
2 field goals in just a couple of seconds there. Malawach really needed to come meet the ball on that pass at midcourt instead of waiting for it to get to him.
The officials stopped the clock, maybe for some moisture with 1:53 to go. He's got to be strong with the basketball, make some free throws, and the Blue Devils are headed to the Final Four. As Cooper gets it in for Sion James. They come with a double team. He's hit in the head and will go the other end, and he'll shoot 2. I think that'll be on Diabate, and that'll be his second. And John Shire with a word of encouragement for his freshman. Cooper Flagg saying, don't leave your feet. And one of the things they love about this talented freshman, he likes to be coached on Roth.
He does. He'll take hard coaching.
Stems from his mother, who was a great basketball player in her own right, Kelly Flagg. There are a couple guys on this team with moms with tremendous basketball backgrounds.
Knipple.
Gungba. James hits the first free throw.
Gunga's mom, a player and a coach.
There was a former head coach of the Blue Devils used to talk about the strength of a mother and what she can do to set the foundation for something, and what a foundation the Blue Devils have built here this season. On the cusp of the 35th win, would be their 15th in a row and 31 out of 32. James's second free throw builds the lead back to 17. He's 1 away from being in double figures. It would be fitting if the entire starting 5 scored in double figures. The balance that they've shown all season on full display here tonight on both ends of the floor, really.
And I believe James is going to have the ball in his hands a few more times here in the last 150. We'll see if he goes back to the line.
Alabama across midcourt. Blue Devils by 17. 1:44 to go. Phylon on the right. Comes off of a screen. Dancing with Knipple. Crossed over. Can't shoot. Gives it up to Sears. 15 to shoot. Splits the double team. Goes inside. Floats. Can't score. Couldn't get it over the arms of Malawach, and James has the rebound. 90 seconds to go. Alabama not fouling yet. Cooper knocked away by Sears. It'll go out of bounds, and the Bulls will keep it with 23 to shoot. They only have 3 to get it across. If they use a timeout, they can reset that to 10. I think John Shire going through those deliberations right now with 1:26 to go. The Blue Devils stacked up in a line just behind midcourt. Knipple ready. And now John Shire said, you know what, I'm not going to chance anything. He's going to use that final timeout. Because one of the quirks in the college game, when you use a timeout, the 10-second backcourt count resets. With 1:26 to go, a heady play by the third-year head coach just to take some pressure off of his team. By the way, with the win tonight, he will be tied with Brad Underwood and Brad Stevens for the most wins by a coach in their first 3 years as a Division I head coach. Pretty sporty for John Shire in his third season, on the cusp of a 35th win on the year. The Blue Devils, by the way, the 7th team in Duke history to have 34 or more wins. It's been a season characterized by dominance, and tonight Alabama was there step for step for a good chunk of the way, but the Blue Devils never trailed. They took the initiative early, scored the first bucket, jumped out 8-2, and never relinquished the lead. It's been as big as 20 here in the second half. Looking to claim the East Regional as the 1 seed. No timeouts now. They do have the possession, or if there's a tie-up with 1:26 to go. Lots of crimson and white has already headed for the exits. Plenty of Duke Blue staying around. They want to see that confetti fall here in about 86 seconds or so. It's got to be strong with the basketball. Think about Sion James, graduate student, his first NCAA tournament. He'll be the inbounder. As some freshmen, this is their first as well. And for Tyrese Proctor, his third, but he's never been to the Final Four. A minute 20 away now. As Knipple going to work left side of the floor. Sends it back up top for Sion James. Over to the left, Knipple's got it. Finds Cooper to the left, Proctor. Plenty of time, 10 to shoot. Alabama not fouling. Knipple in drive, got it on Reed. Step through, kicks out. Proctor a three. Why not? Tyrese Proctor, an exclamation point. He's got 17, the lead back to 20.
Proctor just puts the nail in it.
Under a minute to go. Sears on the drive, scooped it inside for Nelson for a dunk. 83-65, 55 seconds away now. The Blue Devils get it in for Knipple. Sears commits the foul, and we'll head to the other end to see him shoot two. It's 83-65 with 53.6 to go.
Knipple trying to extend it to a 20-point game in the final minute.
And now the officials want to go review something. As Nate Oates was saying, he thought one of his guys got hit in the face. And nothing builds the excitement for a celebration like a monitor review. Not the officials' fault. They got to double check everything, but it's 83-65. And the crowd chanting, "We want Spencer." And Darren Harris sharing a laugh over there with Spencer Hubbard and Cameron Sheffield at the end of the bench. And the officials have finished their review quickly. Nothing to be added there. Nate Oates fishing for whatever opportunity he can come up with.
After review, no foul on the play.
And it'll be Con Knipple to shoot two. I think we know two of the guys that will be on the East Regional team. I think there should be three at least. I put Proctor in there with what he did in the first weekend, and certainly Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple. And Cooper more than likely will be the most outstanding player in the East Regional. As Knipple sends the first free throw up and hits it. 20 now for Con for the 7th time this season and for the 2nd time in as many games in Newark. 53.6 to go. Got them both. $85-65. Phylon. Over to the left. Youngblood will hoist from three, leave it short. Cooper Flagg has the rebound. Alabama's not going to foul. The weight of the world on his shoulders. And Cooper Flagg, you'd never know. As he steps through a double team, feeds it to Maluach. Into the final 30 seconds now. Knipple will hold up top. I don't think the Blue Devils will shoot. Actually, they will. They're going to run some offense with 8 seconds to go. A hug for John Shire and Chris Carrawell. Knipple on the right baseline. 2 to shoot. Steps through, puts it up. Short. Maluach has the rebound, and now they can dribble it out. Another dominant defensive effort and a 20-point win here in Newark. And for the Blue Devils, the Final Four is calling yet again. On to San Antonio. Duke has beaten Alabama 85-65. And Tyrese Proctor and company are headed to the final weekend of the NCAA tournament. They did it with defense. Alabama only shot 35% from the field, 25% from 3, 8 of 32, while the Blue Devils shot 53.6%, made 6 of 13 from 3, and had 4 in double figures, led by Con Knipple. He had 21. Cooper 16 and 9. And for the 8th time, the Blue Devils are through to the Final Four. 85-65, the final score. A dominant display here in Newark as they win it by 20. As John Shire just in front of us, finally letting loose a smile. You can't imagine the pressure he's under. His 89th win at the helm of the program, and as we told you moments ago, he's now tied the record by a Division I head coach for the most wins in your first 3 seasons, and obviously he'll have an opportunity to break that next Saturday night in San Antonio as the Blue Devils are headed to the Final Four. I'm looking up. Surely there's confetti on the way as the celebration continues to our left. There will be net cords to cut down, speeches to be had, and a celebration that will go deep into the night. Both here in Newark and in Durham, as Tyrese Proctor comes to join us here courtside as the Blue Devils have won it by 20. And Tyrese, I saw the emotion for you as the clock went to 0. John Shire talked about the journey you guys were on last weekend when you chose to come here a year early, come to Durham. Now 3 years later, you're in the Final Four. What are the emotions like right now?
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling. Obviously, the way it ended last year was not the way I wanted, and I think just the work and me doubling down on myself and putting the confidence in myself and the team having my back. It's been a long journey, but you know we won a 6 banner, so we're gonna get that at San Antonio.
For 48 hours, you've heard everybody talking about Alabama's offense and 113 points. They had 25 threes in the Sweet 16, only 8 tonight. You hold them to 65 points. How'd you do it?
We just played our defense. We said it the whole time. We just play our defense. We're gonna win games, and they're a great 3-point shooting team, and we just held our own, played together, and that's why we got the win.
You guys had 19 more assists tonight. Everybody got involved. If you could talk a little bit about the way you guys share the basketball.
I mean, yeah, we're so connected off the floor. I talk about it every day at practice, every post game, and it's all paying off just with how connected we play on the court. It started in the summer, and from the first meeting we had, everyone had one vision, and that was to get to San Antonio, and I'm just super proud of our group.
Congratulations. Appreciate it. Next weekend in San Antonio. That's Tyrese Proctor joining us here courtside as the Blue Devils win it by 20, 85-65. We'll, of course, hear from plenty of the guys out on the floor as John Roth has made his way out there. The emotions of a guy who's been through the wars a little bit. A full circle moment. We talked about it at the top as some of the families are coming out onto the floor. See Sherika Knipple, Kelly Flagg enjoying the dance. A dance to a song we all know very well from Cameron Indoor Stadium. As Cooper Flagg is standing by with John Roth.
Congratulations. Just express the moment for you, what it means right now.
This is a surreal feeling, being here. These are the moments we've dreamed about our whole lives. So just being here, I'm incredibly grateful for all my teammates, coaches. Just a surreal feeling.
Talk about your defense in this game. You and the whole team. They scored 113 the other day. You know how much they could score. You held them to one of their lowest totals of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Duke defense, something we pride ourselves on all year long. Just playing together, coming together, being connected, and helping each other out. So just Duke defense.
How big has that connection been for you and this whole team, offensively and defensively? You guys have had that all year.
I mean, it's been huge. I mean, just playing for each other, playing connected, as some coach instilled us since day one. So it's just about doing it.
And can you just talk a little bit about the vision you guys had starting back in the summer when you came together to get to this goal, this point in the season, and now you're headed there?
Yes, sir. I mean, the goal was San Antonio to win the national championship. So, I mean, we've reached one goal. You know, we got 2 more games to go. I'm incredibly proud of this group. We've come together really well. I mean, I'm just playing for my brothers out here.
Coop, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cooper Flagg, it isn't official, but he will be the most outstanding player here in the East Regional as the Blue Devils are through to the Final Four with a 20-point win over the Crimson Tide, 85-65. And an 18th Final Four. They are now 18-7 in regional finals, through to the Final Four for the first time since 2022. And Sion James, his first NCAA tournament, it's going to take him to the final weekend in San Antonio. He's with John Roth.
Yeah, Sion, we're here in a crowd of Blue Devils. He's being congratulated by everybody. What a scene! What are your feelings right now, just to be in this moment?
It's just crazy how much it takes to get here and how quick it feels to go. But man, we worked so hard to be here, and I'm proud of the guys we get to do it with.
And how about for you in particular, coming to Duke after 4 years and getting to the NCAA tournament for the first time? How much are you just enjoying every step of this journey?
I've always dreamed of this, and it's in every sense of the word, it's a dream come true.
What's it like for the way you guys played defense in this contest? I mean, they only made, I think, 9 or 10 shots the whole second half.
It was special. We really doubled down on what we do, and we figured it out. We just played hard, figured it out.
How big is the connectivity on both offense and defense been for this team, and what do you think is behind that?
It's huge, and it's the brotherhood, man. It's a whole bunch of guys who love each other and have the talent to play with one another.
Congratulations. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
David.
The emotion's real and raw, the excitement as well, as the Blue Devils are through to the Final Four with a 20-point win over Alabama. We'll go back